You could have heard this episode 48 hours early on our Patreon, patreon.com/indieheadspodcast. By joining us for as low as $1 a month, you'll receive episodes early and gain access to our Discord server. All of our upcoming episodes will be up on our Patreon 48 hours before it hits our public podcast feeds. But if you're hearing this via our Patreon feed, we thank you so much for your support. We especially want to thank our Real Ones patrons, including Becca Etienne, Georgia Mikowski, Rihanna Cruz, Alan S., Josiah Duncan, Jenna LaFleur, Matt Cameron, Delaney Miller, Great in the Back of My Dragula, Pablo Escobar's Hippos, Jackson Christ, Alec Felder, Sandy Nemo, Jeremy Bowl, Alex Gershmanoff, I Like Books, Jonathan David, Sarah Moore, Max Kapazinski, Mark Barry, Aaron Holsamer, Darian Fisher, Gayors420, Cal50, Chubby Checker x Big Bopper Erotic Fanfiction, Chris Wade, Jacqueline Kataga, Kevin John, Jake Wald, Eraserhead Baby, Rob Marino, Max, Dylan, Waffle113, Gavin490 Freak, and Maze Farms. To become a real one, consider supporting us for $5 a month on Patreon, where you'll receive a bonus episode every month and get a shout out at the top of the pod. Anyways, though, enjoy the episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official Indieheads podcast Prom Night 2022. To ensure maximum immersion for this very special occasion, I'd like to walk you all through a guided meditation. So, if you're comfortable, please close your eyes and imagine the following. It's a spring evening that's somehow too warm and too cold at the same time. You feel even less comfortable with your body than you do currently. You emerge from the back of your parents' minivan and approach the doors of your school. There, a student council member takes your novelty carnival stub ticket and you enter into what is to be the most important night of your life. From across the lobby, a rack of cheaply rented Chauvet lights beckons from inside the gymnasium doors, and after a somewhat unnecessary journey to the makeshift coat check, you answer their call. As you walk into the gym, a melange of ill-advised, generously applied cologne choices smacks its way up your nostril holes with a force that could only be born out of sheer untapped sexual repression. A rumor has already begun to circulate that one of the jocks snuck booze in and is like, totally wasted, dude. Or maybe he's just lying and faking it to seem cool. But even if he is, you've never had a drink in your life, so it's not exactly like you can call him on it. To one side of you, a row of reluctant parent chaperones lines the wall, at the ready to make room for Jesus or whoever else happens to be in charge. To the other, a DJ for hire who would clearly rather be absolutely anywhere the fuck else mans the decks. Then, at the center of your vision, it appears. A dance circle, wherein your crush stands on the opposite end from you. Spying your window, you sidle up to it and join in dancing. Or at least, I won't speak for anyone else's middle school, but at mine, pretty much everyone was white. So in this specific instance, it's not dancing so much as kind of like shifting your weight from one foot to the other vaguely in time with the song.
Wiggling.
And that's all you need to do. Yeah. Because as you join in, a glimmering golden egg of an opportunity spurts from the loins of a heavenly goose right into your clammy little palms. The song fades out. You lock eyes with your crush, and they lock back, sending a bolt of adolescent yearning crackling through the air between you. The heavens part, and as you breathe in unison, you both hear the sound you've been waiting your whole lives to hear. Hell yeah, baby.
A normal Pitbull song.
Nobody's talking because we're all earnestly grooving to this.
What am I supposed to do?
It's true. Oh boy. Welcome to the Indieheads podcast, everyone. This is going to be a long night.
This is like sensory therapy for us.
Alright.
Okay, Corral, you're done. You're done.
Right. Welcome to the Indieheads podcast. Lily said sing your prom, but really this is more accurate to be the middle school summer formal. I am one of your two chaperones for the evening, Maddie Monroe, my other chaperone joining me. Dill, welcome back to the pod. The last time I think Dill was on the pod was to be a chaperone of sorts for Gotta Get That, one of my fellow judges. So Dill has comfortably slid into a position as just basically the adult in the room. One of the few adults in the room left
Dill's
of the
job
Indie
is
Hits
to join
podcast.
every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't really know why I
You
keep.
come in every once in a while to wag your finger at
I don't
us,
know why I keep.
No.
Yeah,
Which we need.
But
yeah, Maddie, you keep messaging me and asking, oh, do you want to like come on the pod and just be a little gremlin with the rest of us? And I'm like, no, I'm an adult. I have an adult job that I try and work with, and I don't have time for any of this nonsense. So I'm here for all of you pimply, pale-skinned freaks.
Okay, well, I'm getting some tonight, so
you know, buy bags of chips and like individual cans of soda from me from like the back table for like $1.50, and I'm gonna kick you all out before like 10:30. So.
yes.
Yeah. I do also want to say regarding that stage setting, as the only Canadian in this group, I have a very loose understanding of American school tradition nomenclature. So I kind of I was trying to we just call them dances up here. We don't have like prom or formal or anything like that. I was approaching the phrasing there as if I was like a writer of Riverdale, where like I kind of think I know how a high school works.
Were y'all's proms like at your school?
I
never went to prom. I never went to prom.
Senior year, in the most predictably Jackie move of all time, I went to Coachella and saw Porter Robinson instead of going to prom.
I went to prom and it was a movie.
Facts.
Well, our students for this evening are AJ, Gavin, Max, Jackie, and Lily. But Jackie in particular, you are the reason why we are all together this evening, as you have crafted. Yeah, what are we about to get into? If Lily's cold open didn't already set us up,
and I think anyone can appreciate this, but I have to apologize to some of our patrons, and in particular, I have to apologize to Cal 50. Cal 50, I'm sorry for making you feel old every single day of your life. You were one of my favorite people to talk to about music on the internet. Every single day, I'm sure I make you feel 1,000 years old by being a very tall baby who has somehow been allowed to write about music for a living. And the particular era of pop music of which I came up in, of which I first experienced these nascent adolescent feelings very awkwardly, as you might imagine, being a closeted trans person. We'll get into that for sure. But this is there's no era of music that more directly like pulls me back in time than like 2008 to like 2011 pop music. And we got into this a little bit in Best New Pod, but like we're fucking getting into it. We are going to get in the trenches right now of a very particular, very funny time in pop music. And
yeah, fuck all that shit. Let's talk about good music for once.
About being horny way earlier than you should ever be. Way earlier than you should ever be listening to songs this horny. Like before you know what half of these words mean, especially on one song in particular.
Yeah,
I should also provide the qualifier that because we're also kind of, I think, closing a portal that we opened with heavy bass distributors here in terms of.
I've already planned the sequel episode.
We're extending the loop rather than closing the loop. But regardless, this is another dive back into, I think, like both Jackie and I's sort of like early EDM trauma. Because as alluded to in Heavy Bass Distributors, I was one of the DJs for many a school of dance, so I had to either like be around these songs or play these songs from atop a riser. And that is why they are uniquely wedged in my brain.
I didn't become a DJ until like my senior year of high school. So actually, very funnily, my best friend was the DJ, and I sort of supplanted him as DJ as I sort of ascended into college. But I definitely have a similar, like, this was very, very, very hard to curate. I found, in fact, so hard that not only, even with allowing certain rules, like I had this playlist and I have another playlist that's like too long that I'm still working on cutting down. Like there is an entire other 15 songs that I could have included on here. So if you, listener, are wondering, why aren't they talking about the Cupid Shuffle? Why aren't they talking about No Air by Jordan Sparks featuring Chris Brown? Why aren't they talking about Sexy Can I? You know, like, we'll get to that. But these were the ones that came to me first. These are the ones that when and there were a couple of figures that I really wanted to highlight in this first episode. And I also wanted to, as a clarification, make it songs that you only heard in this context and have not heard again since. Like, there are lots of like Rihanna songs or Lady Gaga songs that you could pick as like being representative of this era, but those are songs people still listen to, whereas these songs are like trapped in amber in the most beautiful way. And even some people listen to a lot of these songs. A lot of these songs are fucking bangers, but like, you know what I mean? Like, these songs are frozen in time.
Yeah, and I weirdly did not hear some of these in that context. Crucially, I did go to a Catholic school, so like we could not get some of these songs through the door, unfortunately. Honest to God, the head of the dance council like had us like submit the lyrics for every song we wanted to play at the dance and like approve of them for content. So if there was any, and some of them made it through that should not have made it through, which is very funny. So I did hear all of these songs at the time just by virtue of being like extremely wired into the culture in like 2009, but they didn't all make it past the higher ups.
All right.
When all these songs were coming out, I was like, man, pop music, rap music sucks. Where are the instruments? And you can tell I've matured as a person because I've come around and I'm like, these songs all own. Pitbull's at the hotel. He's so good.
If I could briefly say two things. The first thing, of course, I'm eating cold cuts on this pod. You can't stop me. I'm going to do it. And the second thing I want to say is that I think there's a couple other people in this pod that are the same age as me, but this was not middle school music for me. This was firmly in marching band music someone else is playing too loud on the bus songs for me. But you know, this was not at my middle school dance. We were listening to Crank That Soulja Boy. So that's got to be I have a fondness to.
I feel like I've told this anecdote on the podcast before, but Crank That Soulja Boy was banned from my middle school because someone was dancing to it at the like school carnival and broke their ankle.
Really?
so St. Patrick's Elementary in White Lake, Michigan was banned. There was a lifelong ban on
SouljaBoy.com. Please go check it out.
When cranking gone,
very funny to have to break your ankle. Yeah.
Oh my
breaking
god!
Breaking your ankle to Soulja Boy instead of the stanky leg is Galaxy Brain type shit.
On episode 2. Crank That Soulja Boy is absolutely. But right now we need to get to our first song of the evening because it's a long playlist. I couldn't even keep it to 10. Like these playlists, I think I did a good job of not including stuff that was extraneous. This first song, may be one of the most important. We're going to talk about all night. This is how it had to start. We're starting with one man only, and that man's name is Flo Rida.
And he do be riding flows on this. It's actually kind of impressive.
When did your brain put together that Flo Rida was Florida Like, when did you put all the pieces together?
I want to say, as a Todd in the Shadows viewer, pretty quickly. I don't know if you can back me up on that.
Yeah, I would agree with Lily's take.
I don't think it was a while, but it definitely wasn't like right away. Like, it was longer than I like to admit.
No, like mine was on the quick side, and it was probably like a 6-month window or something.
Yeah. I certainly wasn't an active Flo Rida listener.
You weren't listening to ROOTS, Roots of Overcoming the Struggle?
Yeah, can we pull up this album art?
It was one I had on my iPod Classic, though, that I would listen to in the car.
That's the thing about iPod Classics. They're only for classics.
They're only for classics.
Well, we're on the subject of Flo Rida album titles. His next album, which is titled Just One Flow, brackets Part 1.
That's right.
was like, it was supposed to be part of a duology, and I remember very clearly the next album was being advertised as like Just One Rida, brackets Part 2. And then the song Wild Ones became such a hit that they just renamed it Wild Ones so that everyone would be able to like attach it to the single. And so now there's just like an unresolved Part 1 in the Flo Rida discography.
Maddie, can you just click Flo Rida's artist name on that Spotify playlist?
Yeah.
Look at how smooth this man's head is.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Oh my! 22 million monthly listeners. Jesus Christ!
The next album is named after the big hit "My House." But
what a good song that is!
The features on "My House."
The thing we should talk about. Well, this one, obviously like interpolates a classic pop song, which he does again on My House. Flo Rida is an innovator. He's a creator.
Mm-hmm. Here's another question. How long did it take all of you to realize Kesha was on this song? Because she wasn't initially credited on it.
I knew it.
She's not credited on this
right
version.
now.
Yeah.
I think I figured it out. Like, I mean, like, it's one of those things where, like, she blew up and then was like, thinking, like, oh, yeah, she was on that Flo Rida song before, but she didn't get credited. I was like, oh, yeah, that is her.
Yeah,
so, like, pretty early on, I would
didn't
say.
pick any mainline
after
Kesha songs,
initial blow
but
up.
she still managed to make her presence felt in this playlist. I probably should have included TikTok, but we can get to
all the big Kesha songs of this time, I think, are too big.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
TikTok was, like, flipping over the world.
I think there's some C-tier Kesha songs that can maybe work their way in, but that's a discussion for a later time.
Again, I think
her
the next
second
song
most
is a
popular song on Spotify is a song called "Backstabber" that I'm not sure I've ever heard before.
Me too.
While we're on this topic, real quick, can everyone please click on the Warrior Expanded Edition album artwork because it's truly some of the worst album art of all time. Thank you to Endless Scroll for pointing this out to me. I believe they brought it up on their album artwork episode. It's like heinous. It's so bad.
It's crazy good. She's
I
looking
need
like
to see
Poison
that
Ivy.
higher resolution. Yeah, Poison Ivy was my thought.
You can go.
Kesha also hopped on the Fancy remix.
Flo Rida, right round.
She did, didn't she?
I don't want to get too deep
correct.
into Flo Rida conversation because spoiler alert, this is a secret Flo Rida episode. Because he is the king of this domain. There are two kings of this domain. But one of them is Flo Rida, coincidentally both from the state of Florida. But Flo Rida is Flo Rida good? Like that's always my question.
I think he has genuinely impressive technical skills.
Yeah, he has something. Like he goes down very easy.
Right round.
Yeah.
If my take is if we're allowed to think Andrew WK is good, then we can say that Flo Rida and another gentleman on this playlist are
you
good.
Know, that's a great take.
It's like he's not ever saying anything where you're like, wow, that was a really great rap. But he just carries himself in such a way that it doesn't fuck up everything that's going around it. You know what I mean? Like he's just this really sturdy presence where it's like, you're never gonna be like annoyed by the fact that Flo Rida is rapping, even though he's kind of giving you the same thing most of the time.
It's like a decent thing though. He's kind of the epitome of like all skill, no ideas.
Yeah, sorry to bring this up already, but he's a very entourage as a man, Flo Rida. And I think I appreciate him more now for that.
Yeah.
Since we've kind of been like we've been summoning people out of the depths with our episodes lately. If we brought Flo Rida back into the public consciousness, I wouldn't be upset about that.
Yeah, did he disappear?
It's been a while since he tried to hit.
He kind of has. I mean, he hasn't
had anything new.
I just like haven't been paying attention to that vein
of any kind.
He had a song come out this year.
I think My House was his last like big hit.
He had a song called What a Night come out this year.
Hold on, Synchronicity Eurovision Song Contest 2021.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, we touched on this in the Eurovision episode. I think.
Yeah, he was on a Eurovision song.
He released a song
Very
last month.
unfortunately, Flo Rida was on a song in 2020 by an artist called Nate God that I've never heard of, and it's featuring Flo Rida and Lil Jon, and the name of the song is "Take a Shot and Make a TikTok." So really straight to the point there.
Awesome.
He revealingly has not released an album since 2012, and like quite frankly doesn't need to.
My house is
he's working on a classic.
Yeah, I'm the guy who Flo the Bolt Ride is.
Oh wow, fuck off, honestly.
Oh Jesus!
I feel like
chaperones need to step in on that one, or are we just gonna let that happen?
I don't know how to respond to that. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I'm the guy who comments on every hip hop heads thread like, "Yo, when Flo Rida drops, you better watch out." Like album of the year on the way.
I'm gonna tell the chaperones. AJ is dancing a little too close to me right now. Y'all gotta cool this guy down.
AJ, back off. Back off.
Make
Make room for Jesus. Make room for
Going
Jesus.
back to your entourage comment, right. I think that is 100% correct to bring up, because the thing about this vibe that I'm trying to capture is 14-year-olds trying to act like they are in Entourage. Essentially, is the vibes of this playlist. Is
100% trying to be Entourage.
One song that I thought about including on this playlist and didn't is "Live Your Life" by T.I. and Rihanna, and that's like, I think that's a very definitive song of this era. But it's like very always used to like portray a kind of like balling status, whatever thing that like it's just very funny to imagine like teenagers being like, I relate to you, Mr. Flo Rida, when you're talking about stacking these dollars and whatever. Like
this is really threading the needle. But "Live Your Life" is a wedding song, not a middle school dance
right,
song.
No,
There's something
it is more adult than all of these songs.
There's something aspirational.
Yeah, no, totally.
Like you can imagine, the youth perspective on these songs being like, "Damn,
Whereas
I wish that was me."
these songs are more specifically like either "Tonight is the night," "Tonight's the best night of our life" type songs, or it's just "We are horny for the first time. We're very horny." That's essentially the two moods that tend to get captured. And I think that the next song, if we don't have any more to say about Right Round.
I just want to quickly say shouts out Meat Spin. That's a middle school classic as well. Yeah, but other than that, I appreciate what this song did at the time, I guess.
I was going to add one more comment. Okay. I feel like Flo Rida is just the artist that is most like, their entire circle is kind of like this middle school vibe. Its influence does not expand outside that, whereas a lot of other artists on this playlist like kind of do. I think it is like he's one of the biggest of this genre, but
because he's simultaneously like cool enough that I think, like he's not like completely laugh at embarrassed compared to like other rap stars, but he's also just like family friendly enough that he's not like, we're gonna talk about someone later in this episode that used to be less family friendly and cleaned it up a little bit, but I think Flo Rida has always been as smooth as his clean shaven head, you know what I mean? Like he's very like, you can sneak a Flo Rida song past the chaperones, because even though I feel like it's dirtier than it is.
There's another Flo Rida song we're going to talk about, and that's the one that's like, oh, this one's a little risque. This one's a little nasty.
That one is pretty safe in the way it does it.
Yeah. To borrow a metric from the Insert Credit podcast that I've been listening to a lot, they always talk about this idea if you were to like, so for us, if you were to put all music ever in a row, like what would be exactly the thing that is in the middle? And I think Flo Rida is a pretty good candidate for that.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good take.
B.O.B. in the same way. Someone else that could have been on this playlist is maybe B.O.B. will come back for the conspiracy theories episode. Right. So let's move on to the next song, because we got a lot to talk about. And we're going to return to Mr. Flo more times. So
yeah, Max has something for us, and also we may need to talk about the album art to this.
For ROOTS, if you've never seen it, highly recommend pulling that up, because I haven't been able to find like a really high resolution.
The flow chart.
It's a flow chart.
It's a series of words that are connected by like lines, and some of these words include hustle, poverty, the struggle, survival, death. Like they're all just like vague concepts.
It's just like a marketing exercise hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, it's like a family tree of things that you can like have or feel. It's so funny.
Survival appears on there twice on either side of it, which I think is funny. Luxury is up there near the top of his head. There's also help next to provide. It's really very clearly thought out and not at all just like throwing some words in there. I also like the like almost papyrus like font of the ROOTS. It's great.
That's a real 2009 red flag right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, and Flo Rida said, "Let me hop on that real quick." I'm song number 1, and I'm done with my beer, so I'm gonna go grab another one while Max plays a great video that he found. Oh, by the way, if you have money that you want to invest, that's not directly going to the Indieheads podcast, might I introduce to you Gab Max Enterprises LLC.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Talk more about this as the episode goes on.
No, not happening in my pod.
There are a lot of
make your own podcast. Don't promote your company.
Coming up ahead, and if you want to be on the forefront, let's get.
Gab Max Productions is prestige worldwide, but real and
yeah.
So Lily, continuing on, because now I'm just set on this like middle school I guess like conjuring that we have in my brain. Like where on like the timeline of the dance night are
I feel like we're
this,
still at the people awkwardly
right
entering phase, you know? Like people are still getting loose.
Yeah, I think so. It's not dead, like it's not the first half hour, but it's not entered hour 2 yet, I don't think.
It's the kids whose parents were like, it starts at 7, you will be there 5 minutes early.
Yeah, 100%.
They were not at a pre-gaming party. They were like a get ready party. They were just like, they showed up ready to dance.
Oh no, they showed up in the same outfit they were wearing at school that day.
Again, we are watching Max is pulled up a Flo Rida right round Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Gunsing, a game that came out in 2012, I want to say.
Yes. And
this video is from January 8th, 2019. Nearly 7 years after the release of Black Ops 2. You think they do this for like, I guess Black Ops 4 was out this time, but nope, Black Ops 2 because those are the guns he knows.
Maybe it's just like the zoom compression, but this does not seem as impressive as some of the other ones we've seen. Mostly they're just shooting on tempo.
The Modern Warfare 3 ones were like, the Modern Warfare 3 ones were like genuinely like kind of impressive editing wise. I have to say
we have another one coming up that's actually good, but this one, this is all we need to watch.
That's why Infinity Ward fell off.
Let's move on because we're half an hour, almost a half an hour recording. We're only talking about one song.
I know,
but they don't want to move on. Okay, as the chaperone, we have to move on.
Our next song will be a short discussion, not at all a can of worms. My First Kiss by 303 and Kesha, folks. Now, there was another 303 song that obviously was a contender for this. That one's probably going to be in episode 2. I wanted to get another Kesha feature in, particularly this one, because this song was always the one that like was not the better one, but the more weirdly memorable one, because the song is just insane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say, I've said this like 5 different times in the chat. I'm gonna say it officially on the podcast. That's Not My Name by the Ting Tings, but Indie Sleaze.
Or essentially. We're bringing in a little bit of my world here, because 303 we're like right on that
Lily,
threshold.
Jackie teenage intersection is where metalcore meets like indie sleaze electronic music, like right in there.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
There's been like a semi-ironic reappraisal of 303 recently. I feel like. But I can't get behind it. I've always found them.
At all.
I've always found them a bit cantankerous.
Don't Trust a Hoe. I'm sorry. That song is good.
Don't Trust a Hoe is great.
Yeah, Don't Trust This is good.
If that was never your
Starship
ringtone, we're from a different generation.
I will say, I
get why this is the choice.
I will say.
Yeah, she really kind of does.
Because there's also...
Manny, I feel like this song is a little too suggestive for middle school.
Yeah. We're shutting it down. Shut it down.
Remember, though, this is curated by a coastal elite who, maybe had more liberal sexual politics in middle school.
I was going to tell you is that the horniest dances I went to in my youth were the ones hosted by Catholic schools. Like, those were the ones where shit went down because they were bigger. It was just like, there were dances that were held by the Catholic schools that were, so like we had our little like private school dances that were small and awkward because we're all dorks, but like there were ones that were held by the nearby larger Catholic schools, and because there is this sort of like circle of Catholic Los Angeles high schools all over the like a whole bunch of them I could list, but like they all would have these dances where any private school kids from nearby, either Catholic or non-Catholic, could come. And you imagine you get like multiple schools worth, and also you get the situation where the people that are chaperoning you are not your teachers, they're someone else's teachers.
Right.
So that was always where like shit would go down. I didn't really start going to those till like 9th grade, 8th grade, like around there. And that was very much when it was like, okay, like people are capital G grinding at these dances. Like, because even though there were nuns that were very much trying to make that not happen, it was like they were just given a situation. There was not much they could do about that situation. Like, it was gonna happen, and this is a song that would have gotten played at one of those dances, perhaps.
Looking back now, it's crazy how many people were just like grinding at the.
No, yeah, it is insane.
I will say I have gone to a Catholic high school dance, and Jackie's assessment is completely 100% accurate. Those kids.
Recently? I saw him there.
No.
Chicago last weekend? When he was in town for.
Why did I agree to be on this episode? Fuck you guys.
I'm not. This isn't based on any evidence. Like, personally, this is just sort of like I'm reaching out into the ether and feeling a vibe. I feel like we've lost the art. I feel like grinding is a lost art. I feel like grinding has gone away. The kids are too horny these days,
or not horny enough.
They're too repressed and chaste. Yeah, like. You're either, in the corner longing, or you're going straight for something Pitbull talks about doing on,
exactly.
on the hotel room service.
Just turning on
there's been a polarization of horniness.
Yeah.
Grinding is a lost art, but it's being kept alive by the lesbians.
I would just like to point out, there are a lot of insane fucking lyrics in this song, but my favorite part of the song every single time is when the first verse starts, and grown-ass man Sean Foreman says, "I said no more t-shirts and no teachers and no more books." I just love that this song starts with.
That's awesome.
They knew who they were for.
Hey, if
that's Blink-182 is
if like Thin Lizzy could get away with it, so could they.
Exactly. Although then that verse, of course, then ends with lips like licorice, tongue like candy. Excuse me, miss, but can I get you out your panties? I also.
Yeah, I want to linger on that for a second. Do we think that like 303 has the most impressive ratio of like what I can only describe as rape culture bangers to like not having been canceled yet?
Correct.
Yeah, I think yes. I think yes.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. All right, we gotta move. All right, we're moving on. We can't.
303 are enemies of consent. They do not
Jesus
like
Christ.
it.
They really do not seem to.
Allegedly, let's be clear.
I am breaking up the small group of kids that have gathered in the corner of and are pretending to smoke Smartie cigarettes.
I just want to point out as good as the "No more teachers, no more books" line is, he then proceeds to go back verse 2. He says, "I said no more sailors and no more soldiers," which is insane and makes no sense. He's disrupting all the hierarchies. He's like,
anti-disestablishmentarian is 303.
Yeah, he's Blink-182 and he's anti-flag. He hates Bush, but he also hates his parents. It's pretty cool. I like this song because just like our podcast, these boys love to make kissy noises on mic. So shut up.
I like that's the only good part of the song when it goes ooh.
Was this the song that you hated, AJ?
No, it's not.
All right.
Okay.
Oh yeah. There's one. There's one bullet in the chamber, which is a song that AJ hates.
Yeah, that we don't know yet. We're very. Anyways, let's move on.
Let's see if we can find it. The next song. This was a guy who had to be here, and there's a song you probably thought we would pick, but I wanted to pick the funnier one. We're talking about "Ridin' Solo" by Jason Derulo. I'm telling you, this is a great choice because we've all talked about "What You Say to Death." Everyone knows about the Imogen Heap sample. Everyone knows about the Imogen Heap SNL skits. Like that's all done to death at this point. "Ridin' Solo" is one of the funniest songs I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. I love this song so much. And this is a great example of stepping into the middle school dance and imagining that you are like an adult person in like formal clothes.
Everything about the vibe of this song is amplified by like Jason Derulo in the improv ass hat on the album cover. Like this is the last possible moment you could get away with, like that being like, I'm the cool R&B guy who's wearing the hat.
Jason
like,
Derulo's branding was
afterwards.
like, I am Jason Mraz and Chris Brown in the Fusion Machine, essentially.
Yes.
Oh, I think he's like speaking to someone else who's going to come up. He's kind of halfway between Neo and Chris Brown.
He does have some Neo vibes on this song.
A little bit,
that's way more accurate, I'd say.
Look
at the pencil strip, like beard here.
The song posted on the strength of What You Say. Like, really, this guy's whole career has been writing on the strength of What You Say, and he was able to get away with stuff like this that was just very, like, all of the vocal stuff on this song is so funny.
Yeah, it is impressive that he chose one of the most inherently funny deliveries and committed to it whole hog.
His next album, though, has all of his songs that are, like, just gimmick songs.
You mean the rest of his career?
Talk Dirty, Wiggle, and Trumpets are just like all have the songs that are like, I'm Jason Derulo, I'm singing, I'm doing normal stuff. The song stops, and then a weird ass funny sound effect comes in.
Those songs are the stepping stone from this era of Jason Derulo to the current TikTok era of Jason Derulo, which is his thing now.
Oh boy. Speaking of stepping stones, do we think we can trace like a direct cultural trajectory from that song to Solo by Frank Ocean?
Oh my god.
Does that bridge exist?
I also want to shout out the best Jason Derulo song, which is the Rum Tum Tugger from the Cats movie.
That is true.
He's really good in Cats.
He really is.
To me,
he honestly is one of the highlights. He's the only person that like fully buys into the camp of it all.
Let's put a little respect on Mr. Mistopheles.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't know this was a real song because of what Maddie's playing right now. This is the only, I guess,
awareness you had of it?
Familiarity I had with Riding Solo by Jason.
But forgot about it.
Did Jason Derulo do the vocals for this?
I think so.
Kind of hard to tell.
There he is. Again, we're not telling you listeners what you're about to listen to. You'll have to find out for yourself.
They know.
You know.
So what exactly was this game?
This is the Kinect.
The trash compactor.
It was just like various like Kinect mini games. This is the one that was like the little Dance Central, because that was like the only like Kinect game that really really connected.
Why is it Just Dance but Star Wars?
There's another mini game on Kinect Star Wars where you ride the Rancor and you do like this. You do the like giddy up horsey hand motions with the Kinect.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
Kinect.
To me, this song feels like if you're going to a middle school dance and it could be the best night of your life, but your crush like didn't match your awkward eye contact, and now you have to like leave and go home to your parents' house and kind of get your bed a little bit for the night.
You're absolutely
this is totally like
100% correct, Max.
I'm not mad about this. I'm actually a cool bachelor.
Yeah. Whatever.
In 6th grade, I had to save a friend who had that exact situation happen to him, and I had to go and pull him out of a boy's bathroom and send him home.
Whatever.
While this
Jesus
song
Christ.
is like just blaring from the gym. So.
Whatever the Stranger Things is in like 50 years, they're going to have a trailer that opens with like a slowed down dramatic version of Riding Solo by Jason Derulo.
Jesus Christ.
I'm riding solo.
I just want to note really quick. So this playlist is like is a bunch of like accidental other playlists in terms of like some of the content. Obviously, this is an accidental Flo Rida playlist, but also this is sort of the accidental. Oh God, Chris Brown. We need to find a Chris Brown replacement.
That is very
because
true.
like all these guys, a bunch of guys came out at the same time. They were like, oh shit, I don't think Chris Brown's gonna have like a career after what happened.
Think, but
you would.
Everyone
did.
I mean, basically what happened is that none of these guys
like,
could dance as well as him. I guess I don't know. Like I both get
couldn't dance as well.
I both
and I think
get the Chris Brown appeal and don't like. I don't get why people are willing to go down with that shit, but I understand why he was regarded the way he was. You know what I mean? Like. He is a talented dancer and singer, even if he is a monster.
I I think it's just like the industry, they invested just so much money in him that's like we're not gonna like we're gonna try out other people, but like
the
it's
next
more
guy
just
is
like
the
we
next
just need
guy
to
is
kind
who
of
they should have given the
see.
call to. Let's listen to this next song.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
All right.
I'd like to say we will never be signing Chris Brown to Gab Max Enterprise LLC.
That is correct.
That's not the kind of freak.
Does Gab Max have an imprint?
Yeah, Gavmax Records has a pre-woke screening.
It's like the new Beyonce album.
Question number 1: have you ever beaten someone publicly at the Grammys?
Number 2: are you a freak?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Go.
On the All or Nothing album cover, Jay Sean is doing the most "Where's my hug" face I've ever seen.
This is maybe my favorite song of the week.
He reminds me of, there was this Canadian singer who never broke through called Carl Wolf, and he has a very similar energy to that guy.
Lily, was this
Carl
song
Wolf.
big where you were, or did you not know this one?
It was like, I wasn't like, I've never heard this song before. Like, I do know it, but I don't think it was as huge. The thing is that like pop music is not really one of the areas in which there's like a lot of regional division between Canada and America. It's mostly just like we get all of your stuff and you get like Avril Lavigne. So yeah, I think we did get this. But I imagine, I feel like there's something in the Lil Wayne verse where it's like, yeah, this is not going to fly at one of those dances. Which, by the way, I should say, I think the reason I had the specific like dance experience I did is because I got like the short end of the stick on both ends in terms of going to a Catholic school that was also like very small and sequestered. So, Jackie, it was like your small, terrible private school dances, but Catholic.
Yes, exactly. I can imagine that. And yes, no, that does not sound fun.
This is the second song in a 3-stretch song little list that I've never heard before in my life until this playlist.
Really?
Interesting.
This one is
never heard this
the
one.
one I remembered most fondly and was happiest to find that this is like, the chorus is just really good. Like, it's just very catchy and is like the version of this that, even though it's obviously incredibly dated to this time, it doesn't make you like kind of cringe when you go back to it. It's like, this like a T.I. Live Your Life is a great comp for this. I think the production wise, it's very, and then the Lil Wayne verse is great.
Maybe I'm just saying this because they both have Sean in their name, but it feels very like Sean Kingston-y as well.
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
Can we listen to the whole song so we can hear the like Kingdom Hearts piano outro on this song?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Naturally.
the only song.
Down like her temperature, because to me she's 0 degrees, she cold, she overfreeze. I got that girl from overseas.
Yeah.
That rhymes
Can we
so much.
investigate Lil Wayne for sex trafficking? What's going on there? I got that girl from overseas.
Also, then he says, now she may miss America, now can I be her soldier, please? I'm fighting for this girl on the battlefield, love. That rocks.
I mean, the verse goes hard.
It does.
And then honestly, I'm down like the economy is the end of it. Lil Wayne
Some
rules.
of Lil Wayne's like G-rated verses are among his best because they just true creative expression.
It forces him to be more creative.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like he has to think outside the box to be funny still.
Okay, yeah, now we're at the JRPG start menu, piano outro. Or no, that's not this song. What song is that? Fuck.
You made us listen to the whole song.
That song's good.
Yeah. It might have
This song
been.
is good.
Is it?
I
Do
have
you
less to
remember?
say about
Maybe.
it.
No. It's on this playlist.
I have less to say about Down than I do.
Down's fun. This is a fun one.
I think it might be.
It's fine.
We'll get. It maybe give me everything. We'll get to it.
Yeah, I
But
think
the next song we've got to go back to our man.
Oh yes. Oh God. Let's just. Yeah. I'm just
You
gonna.
gotta keep moving.
Yeah,
you gotta keep
really
moving,
do.
Maddie. This is a big
Yeah.
one. This is maybe the Flo Rida song I'm most excited to talk about, even though it's not one of the big ones, because I do remember this very well from the time.
Was this not a
And this
big
is where
one?
we get-
This was like
This
a
was a big
huge
one. This was a
one
big
for
one.
me.
No, this was huge. Oh, absolutely. It's just not as big of a Flo Rida. It didn't do as big radio-wise as either of the other Flo Rida hits, but like for a middle school dance,
Oh
like,
yeah.
this is the ultimate. Like, it's very Miami-based. Like, obviously, you can hear that in all the Flo Rida stuff, but especially this one. But this beat is actually still really fun, and then the will.I.am hook is some of his truly finest work of stupidity. Like, I love will.I.am so much now in our post the hardest ever universe. Like, every time I hear a will.I.am old verse now, I get so excited. And oh hot damn, this is my jam, keep the party until the AM was like really one of my falling in love with will.I.am moments. I also love that it's spelled Ayer, Ayer, so much. That's really great to me. I think that's genius.
Which is also interesting because there's an artist coming up on this playlist who has 4 out of 5 letters in common with that, which is just like a weird little parallel.
What do you guys think Flo Rida meant by calling this album Mail on Sunday? That he's unexpected, unpredictable?
I think that he's delivering even when he doesn't have to or something like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm. Flo Rida is definitely an ideas guy.
Is this Fergie?
I don't think so. I mean, let me check Wikipedia. I don't think it's definitely a Fergie sound-alike for sure.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the will.I.am bridge. It is like truly some wonderfully abstract flows.
This song is like fuck. My brain's fucked.
I feel like we want to contextualize this.
Let's take a quick note.
I think there's to mention
this is our first episode we're recording like post Pitchfork Fest, and 2 of the members of this call have COVID right now. Jackie and Max.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you both tested
me and AJ
positive?
have survived the allegations.
I haven't tested positive, but a friend did, and I feel like it is.
We're allowing people with COVID at the dance. I think the chaperones are fucking up big time.
Max and I were puffing big clouds literally all weekend, so it's a little hard for us to like fully differentiate. But I do. The brain fog is continuing.
And not to compare suffering, but only one of us recently survived an assassination attempt by Lori Lightfoot and the Chicago Police Department. So I don't really think we need to be pulling pity cards.
Right.
Did this send you your wallet back already?
It's in the mail.
Or is it on the way?
Oh, so I'm not getting the wallet. The wallet didn't survive, but everything inside the wallet survived. I had one of those wallets that was like, there's a band around it, and it's just 2 pieces of metal that holds.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least you're getting your stuff back.
Yeah.
That's right.
I feel like the stuff is more important than the wallet.
The Mitski fans was an expensive wallet, but the Mitski fans went too hard on it. It's. I know this isn't the Pitchfork podcast. It's the worst rubbing salt in the wound that I know I lost my wallet during the Mitski set, and that Mitski fans stomped my wallet into oblivion.
Yeah, that you lost it because you just needed to get in the pit for what was one of the most mid sets I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wait, you were in the pit?
Like,
I was like,
because when
I
AJ
snuck my way up front
us
for Mitski, yeah.
So when AJ could not find us on the baseball diamond, he said, "Okay, I'll just meet up with them later, and I'm gonna get a good spot and catch some of this Mitski set before we leave." And that's where the wallet losing happened.
Not to generalize and not to make assumptions about anyone, but Mitski fans are very easy to physically overpower if you're trying to move through a crowd of
your wallet getting stomped down by all the little lesbians with their Doc Martens.
Well then.
Yeah, I've never heard this song before in my life.
Good.
But it's pretty good.
I feel like
shouts out to will.I.am.
This song had a moment, and then there are several other songs that do exactly what the song's doing is better. Like
exactly.
What's the DJ Khaled song?
All I do is win.
Put your hands up, and they stay there.
It is a similar sort of thing, but this is more toward the song that we're ending this episode with. It's more horny. Like, you're right that
a little bit.
It is about putting your hands up. It isn't like inherently horny, but I think the beat is more like you're supposed to shake your ass to this. Like, clearly, like that's the intent. The authorial.
The most important
if we want to contextualize this within like the framework of the dance trajectory, I feel like this is 8:15. People are like really starting to get going.
Yeah. Well, the most important thing about the song is it's a song about listening to music and being like, music is so cool. Oh, hot damn, this is my jam.
Music is my
life. Yeah.
This song feels like a
boys are all like
song.
huddling with each other, betting each other to like go talk to their crushes, and no one's making the first move. No one at all.
In the West Side Story musical that's scored to, early 2000s hip hop, this is the part where they're all like, they push a guy out into the middle of the floor and he runs back, and then they have to, they're doing those little antics.
Oh yeah.
They have to send like envoys. Like one dude is like, all right, I'm just gonna go ask for my friend, and the other kid is just sitting there absolutely dying as he watches his life crumble before his eyes.
Question for the panel. Were you anybody's secret admirer in middle school? Or is this a just me experience where because I was so scared to tell a girl that I had a crush on her, that my friend was like, hey, you've got a secret admirer out there?
No,
I do not think.
No, I never had that.
No,
I never participated in such
I feel like-
tomfoolery.
I think the dynamics for me were very flipped. And Jackie, I don't know to what extent you can speak on this, but I didn't really have trouble having high school girlfriends because I was like the non-threatening one because they picked up on some sort of like latent femininity. And so like, but it was just like a weird bit of like platonic proximity that ended up happening that just sort of like generated relationships because of all the hormones in the air.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was more of a like, oh, we can tell that you're non-threatening, but we could tell that you also really want this and that you're a little uncomfortable about it. So I was more in that sort of zone. But
okay, yeah, I was a much more like passive observer in people who would just sort of like come through my orbit and then leave.
Yeah.
The like, the sort of Victorian era rituals you have to go through to date in high school just seemed too like boring to me, and I was like, man, getting attention from women seems like too much work. I'm just gonna play Skyrim every night. That was my middle to high school experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say I played League of Legends in high school, so that's really the only like kind of explanation I need to give.
Fascinating.
Well then, let's cue up our next song, everybody.
Yeah, let's really kick it
with
off
a fucking classic.
Yeah,
this song is so fucked. This is my favorite song on the playlist.
Hey, what are your favorite brands, real quick?
American Eagle, Hollister,
Walmart,
Target.
Well, my favorite
McDonald's.
brands.
I have to put my mic down so I can put my hands up when he tells me to.
This is when the smoke machine gets
Yeah,
rolling.
yes.
The dance is kicking in.
Already.
I was pulling up some Wikipedia research for a quote that I was trying to find. Does everyone know that Taio Cruz is a British man?
I do.
I did not know that, but that makes a lot of sense.
The 21 Savage of the middle school dance.
Yeah, so this song's a 10 out of 10.
So good.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Imagine hating this song. What a awful life you must have.
I know people that don't like this song, and it boggles my mind. It is so good.
I get it. But
Is this
I do.
Is this a
Like, I would
Mandela
say I
effect?
love this song, but this is something that's like so undeniable you almost don't have feelings
Yes,
about it.
Exactly.
Is this a Mandela effect thing? Or is there a version of this where the chorus is like light that shit up like dynamite?
I think that's Mandela effect for you, brother.
Really?
I don't think that exists.
And it does like the like the clean version on the radio would do like a little like the CD is skipping sound effect over.
You don't think the clean version on the radio would just be what you're listening to right now?
What's going on, man?
Okay, so here.
Hang on.
So go ahead.
Yeah, we'll say we as again. I pulled this up because we were on Flo Rida Spotify earlier, and it's like there was this weird song called "Hangover," and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna click that. I clicked on it because it's on Taio Cruz's. Taio Cruz and Flo Rida have linked up for the Latino version of "Hangover" by Uriel S. Musica,
Hell yeah.
whatever that is.
I think this is probably a song that they released that's being re-released by some fakes. Like, this is a Spotify account that's like uploading Latino versions of songs. And I imagine that there's a Hangover by Flo Rida and Taio Cruz somewhere
Honestly,
else.
yeah. Let's see if I can find the song itself.
Anyways.
From TY. Oh, yep. Hangover. Again, the two kings of the middle school dance have linked up.
Oh, look at track 3.
Oh God.
Yeah, Taio Cruz
God
doing
damn.
his Target demo. There's a really important.
Oh my
Oh my god.
There's a
I
really
was
important
googling.
bit
I was
of,
googling Taio Cruz lyrics, and I found something very interesting.
So there's a couple
Oh,
important
no.
bits of context for this song. One is that the song is written by Dr. Luke and produced by Max Martin, and Benny Blanco's involved. So it's like really the full fucking the full Monty of this era of pop music's kingmakers, essentially.
Also, lyrics written by Bonnie McKee.
Yes,
Shout out to her.
Bonnie McKee. But the thing about Bonnie that I was about to bring up is that Dr. Luke and Mike Byrne had already written the melody and asked Bonnie McKee to write lyrics to the song. McKee only met Cruz months after the song's release and later said, quote, "I thought that Dynamite was the dumbest song I've ever written and that it was going nowhere. And actually, I think it's the biggest song I've written so far." And then Taio Cruz says, quote, "The song Dynamite... The song Dynamite itself is about when you go to a club and when you go to a party and when you're just going out and you got to feel like, man, I'm gonna explode."
Ooh, retain
it. It is like that.
Cruz.
That's exactly right. This is a song about how when you're going out and you're just like, I haven't busted in a while and we're gonna light it up like dynamite, you know?
Yeah. Retaining anthem, you know?
Do people have like chastity cages to dances?
All right, Gavin, you kicked out of the middle school dance right now. 5 minutes outside. 5 minutes outside. We're trying to spread your.
I said I was getting another beer, and you didn't even say a word.
I am calling your mom, Gavin, and I'm having her come and pick you up and take you home.
Go to the cafeteria and have a pack of Twizzlers before you do something you regret.
What a song!
We're gonna call.
What a song.
Dynamite by Taio.
Whatever. Join me outside if you want to smoke WEED. The chaperones can't spell, so they don't know what that means.
No.
I'm putting my mic down for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna call your father, Gavin. I'm gonna call him right now. I gotta tell him what's going on.
Dude, what's his name? Guess my dad's name right now.
That is a good question.
Let's go on the phone. Let's see if he answers.
God damn it, I know who this is. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Who did you call?
You got me. My dad's the Big Bopper. And he perished tragically some time ago, so I guess you think it's funny to bring him up.
I was going to say, there was a solid 50-50 that, like, he was either going to go, "Hello, baby," or I was getting ready to launch into a bit where I hope Chris goes with what I'm going with, but
hello,
the Big Bopper, there he is. Okay.
Guess my dad's name, Maddie.
Oh, God.
Serious.
Is it?
It might actually be Chris. That's plausible.
No, so here's what I think. I'll give Maddie a hint.
What if I posted a picture of him? Would that help?
His sons Gavin and Grant, so I think it has to start with a G. I think
that's
like
a something.
Is it? Okay. Hold on. Is it Dave Navarro?
If Gavin's dad.
No, hang on. This is my guessing game. This is my guessing game. Gavin, this is.
No, you can all speculate. Feel free to speculate. Let me grab a picture of him real quick.
Gavin Senior.
Now again, there's no G's. Okay, I'm trying. Let's see. I'm just trying. Okay, like what goes with Wilkes? My guess is Jack.
You're not allowed to contact Grant, by the way. I should clarify.
I'm not going to. I wasn't. Again, and you think I'm not a cheater, okay?
Ooh, I just got a DM on Instagram about being a sugar baby. Do you think it's real?
Oh, I got one of those too. Today.
I was gonna make a point about the Big Bopper and like the Hello Baby really, and like some of the other sound effects really feel like a child's speak and spell with like a little animal wheel, but for adults.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Specifically these adults.
These adults, yes. There's nothing more soothing than hearing the Hello Baby before I go to bed.
Yeah, we had a moment a couple of days into Pitchfork where Alec rightfully pointed out that he'd seen a bunch of us all weekend and not one of us had Hello Baby'd him because we were kind of we had moved to a different bit zone this weekend. We weren't as Big Bopper focused, but of course then after Alec posted that message, I immediately saw him and greeted him with a Hello Baby as you do.
All right, father has been dropped in the Discord.
Okay,
all
let's
right.
see.
So this non-visual podcast.
Okay.
Describe this man.
Okay, so he's got
wow.
kind of your standard like dad haircut for a non-balding dad, just sort of like
I'm putting the pieces
very
together
short
now.
Just very short, like standard, like not quite a Caesar haircut, but like something in that vein. He's got he's rocking a goatee.
He is, yeah.
That
white T-shirt, probably for like.
I have my guess.
I have my guess too.
I also have my guess. I did a little bit of
Instagram
snooping.
This motherfucker's name is Greg.
Okay, we have.
That's not correct.
We have Greg. Okay, Lily.
I was getting David frequencies earlier, and the pictures reinforced them. I think there's some Dave happening.
Unfortunately, my father is not a
I'm getting
My
Trevor.
Dave.
Trevor?
I was gonna say
No,
my
he's
second
not
guess was
Trevor.
gonna be Derek.
Not Derek.
Yeah, should we just play like the guess the names of our fathers?
Yeah, let's try
That's
this.
an episode that lasts 8 hours.
Yeah, I'm
All
sticking
right,
with
Maddie.
Jack. Jack is my guess.
It's not Jack.
Is it Jack Off?
I think Dill was spying on me, trying to dox me.
I found a Keith.
Keith is my older brother,
Okay.
unfortunately.
We have another brother?
Third Wilkes.
Yeah, he's a half brother, but he's
Okay.
like
Okay.
he's way older. But yeah,
Okay.
shouts out Keith. This is Bobby, my father, Bobby.
He does, yeah,
He'll
he does
tell you,
say
not
Bobby.
Robert.
That's a
Bobby.
Bobby right
That's
there.
a Bobby right there.
Hell
Bobby
yeah.
Will.
Bobby.
Love it.
Yeah, shouts out to Bobby. I know Bobby probably listened to the song "Dynamite" by Taio Cruz at some point. Probably on a cruise,
Hell
honestly. Bad for the environment. But shouts out to Taio or Tao.
I believe
I'm
it's
dumb.
Has he
Because
hosted, now that
his,
this is in vogue, has he hosted the Taio Cruise?
I'm sure
Ooh,
that's a great question, Lily.
Gav Max LLC is starting the
okay.
Taio.
Open for
Gavin.
inquiries.
Gavin, it's definitely pronounced Taio because his next album is called TY.O.
Oh, cool.
So-
I would love to get food poisoning on the Taio cruise.
By the way, I did not adhere to my 5-minute suspension from the dance.
It's
I don't
fine.
know if any of the chaperones noticed. I sneaked back in. I was wearing a different
I
shirt.
also would like to note for the listeners that there is a song on the second Taio Cruz album that I have never heard that is by David Guetta and also features the artist Ludacris called Little Bad Girl, and I'm never listening to that song ever in my life. I'm avoiding that song.
I think I've heard that
Like it
song.
will inflict a curse upon me. That song is the
Hmm.
Evil Dead book. Do not open that song.
Hey, shouts out to Ludacris real
Yeah.
quick. Austin Powers, #1 spot. Just good shit all around.
Number one spot.
let's
Number
talk-
one spot is one of the most
Yeah.
important songs of all time. But let's talk about
Yeah,
some good girls going bad.
Oh, not
Wait,
yet.
that's not another
No,
song.
no.
Not yet.
We got one more.
We got one more
We got
before-
one more great song to get
right.
through.
Sorry. I jumped the gun. First, we need to make the other star of this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is first invoking.
This one has
It
the Kingdom
is.
Hearts outro, by the way.
Yes, it does. I
Okay.
guess.
Okay.
I wanna like you.
Shouts out Neo.
Yeah, this is really. I think it was Michael Brooks brought this up in like a Guilty Pleasures episode of Endless Scroll. They did Neo and Pitbull is just one of our finest combinations. It's like peanut butter and jelly. Like those two get together, you know
Yeah.
your ass is having a good time.
The
Also-
thing about this song is, if
ahead.
if this song catches you in your feelings,
Well, AJ.
Yeah.
if this song catches you on the wrong evening, it will obliterate you. There's a potent,
Longing.
emotional just resonance in this song.
It's those darn rubber band synths.
Yeah.
No,
It's so
Chorus.
vulnerable.
Shout the fuck out Pitbull real quick.
Pitbull's rapping his ass off on this song. He's rapping like he only has one can of black beans at home and he needs that
This
check.
is also the first sort of EDM crossover song of the episode. This is when these
Oh,
guys
yeah.
start making a lot of money, cranking these bangers out. Afrojack being one of them. Oh, this part is
Red
so
one,
good.
two.
This is
with
this
a
is what
boatload
makes
of
the
these.
song.
Yeah, this song is hooks on hooks, but this is the best hook in the song.
We're just vibing. This is
Yeah.
just a good song.
Notice,
Yeah.
notice,
We're sitting our asses
listeners, notice at home, just for later, that Pitbull was not very descriptive on this song. He's pretty vague about how he's going to make you feel good tonight.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that. We'll get to it later.
Yeah, there's definitely no shoe waiting to drop in that regard.
Every
Yeah,
time this build keeps
I
coming,
just
I'm
wanna
just like,
say,
wait,
Guy eating cereal meme. Pitbull has never been horny.
I don't know if anyone has ever put cereal in their mouth at that.
I do love this little synth lead. It's so great.
All chaos has breaking out at the middle school dance right now. All 5 kids are grinding on each other in such a
Yeah, we're making a train
Incomprehensible.
right now.
This is the
yeah,
shit.
it's a
This is also the song
Yeah,
where
there's a
the
grinding
class clown
train.
takes his shirt
happened,
off.
Though.
Yeah.
Gavin, I want
Yeah.
you to know that I think it was at one of those Sacred Heart dances. Yeah, no, like there was definitely like a train of like 8 people all grinding into each other. Like,
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it doesn't matter who I'm touching.
That was high
I'm
school,
bodies
but
on
still.
bodies.
Look, we're grabbing someone sexy and saying, "Hey, like the song."
When he says Dale there, that gets me going.
I mean, the Dale is one of the great ad-libs of the 20th century.
Maddie is in the camera right now, just grooving his ass off. I wish you could see this. I think we have lost the chaperone on this one. Dill is all alone.
Look, there's like one. I think there's like one song per dance where the chaperones and the adults in the room are able to clear the dance floor and do their thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
maybe this is the one. I don't know.
The chaperone has snuck in fireball shooters.
Yeah.
I would never give alcohol to minors. Okay, let's not put that out there.
When I worked at a golf course, I learned that one of the other guys that I used to close with would go into the kitchen and sneak like shots of bitters just to get through the workday.
The fuck? Who's doing shots of bitters?
Yeah, he was just like taking the little capsules or whatever. I don't know. I don't use bitters.
Yeah, this is a great song.
Yeah, this song rocks. This is good.
This could have been. I mean, I think
can we listen to the Kingdom Hearts piano outro?
Yes. At some point, we have to have Rihanna on to do a Pitbull episode. We just have to dive all the way deep on him at some point.
Yeah, we should.
That is a rich well.
Can I shout out real quick the citizens of Kodiak, Alaska?
Oh, yes.
They deserved Pitbull. We thought we were banishing Pitbull to them, but we just gave good people a good time.
Yes.
Exactly.
So shouts out.
This is not his most popular song. It is up there though. It's Timber and Time of Our Lives are the only ones that are more popular at this point. This was a big moment for him, by the way, at the time.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has the skinny on Ayer, by the way, let us know, because her Wikipedia page is remarkably sparse.
Yeah, I don't even know. I always forget that person is even on this song.
Yeah, a credited feature. I feel like maybe there was an attempt at a sort of Pitbull Enterprises of him getting like other like Latin artists to cross over or something. And then she was the very brief pilot project.
I think with one of these songs where like if there are more than one feature on the song, chances are anyone past number 2 or number 3 is not getting the shine. Like we're going to get to a song later where that's 100% the case, that there's someone on there that you always forget is the third artist on there. But we have to get to an incredible crossover event. It's time for Good Girls to Go Bad. I'm sorry I jumped the gun, but we have to talk about it. Cobra, Starship.
Yeah, no.
Leighton, Meester.
Wait. There's a video. It's fine. It's just a shitty Minecraft parody.
Hang on. Let's go back. No, we'll go back.
For Dynamite too.
But that was like actually like kind of good, at least from a technical perspective. Like I don't like it, but it's not embarrassing or anything. Or like this one rules.
Interesting.
Includes paid promotion.
Oh hell no!
This is
mining.
cool.
I don't know.
This is my second song. Smiling.
The audio fuzz, like the.
Everything tonight.
Like the microphones, it's awesome.
This is not what I thought was gonna happen.
This sounds like what's it called?
Shit.
The Farrah Abraham album.
My teenage dream is over.
My teenage dream ended. That's what it sounds like.
Ended.
Yes.
Ended, yes.
See, my problem is the only cultural touchstone I have with Farrah Abraham is that she died like at the same time as Michael Jackson.
Is this a British kid?
No,
that's Farrah Fawcett.
That's Farrah Fawcett.
It's Farrah Fawcett.
Which we
COVID. We gotta give him a pass there.
No, this is not a Max COVID. This is literally like, again, we got to see this in action during like Pitchfork Fest weekend, where Max would just be like, I can't remember exactly, but there was at least 2 or 3 times where like
Max did like the Thousand Island stare in real life.
I think I addressed this in the Pitchfork recap app, but I did do a windmill dunk on Max when Max turned around during the Ethel Cain set and was like, "Didn't she already do this one?" I was like, "Motherfucker, you didn't finish listening to the album." Didn't know.
Also, that song she does again is like the 4th one.
Yeah, no, totally. She
to be fair, the one before that is 8 minutes, but
grab somebody, sex
okay,
and
Billy
tell
Mays
them, hey.
did die right at that. It was a fucking tragic time for our country.
it was one of those. It was a big death summer.
Famous people died. Yeah, no, but I very much I was at like summer camp. Like there was a summer camp I went to that had like a 2-hour like you can pay to do sort of an after school kind of daycare type thing. It was like a summer school, and then like a kind of you're hanging out in the afternoon playing cards, whatever type thing. And we all found out that Michael Jackson died. And that's like my first, like, I remember where I was when this celebrity died thing happened.
Interesting. I was playing Maple Story, and like the free shops that people they'd put up, all the signs said like "Rip Michael Jackson." I was like,
I remember like exactly like what seat I was sitting in my college dorm room when Prince died. Like where I was in the cafeteria and everything.
Oh yeah,
Not to
I remember
loop back
that.
and forget Prince, but I think the dividing line here is whether the first celebrity death you remember is Michael Jackson or Steve Irwin, and I'm firmly in the Steve Irwin camp.
Great list,
I remember my AOL homepage loading so slowly, and it was like Steve Irwin, and I'm like, yeah, he's cool, and then it was like dead. And I was like, shit.
Shut the fuck out, Steve Irwin.
I feel like, as a young kid, Michael Jackson and Billy Mays dying in the same week really taught me that like
was that the same week?
Safe. Yeah,
is that true?
It was this.
Yeah,
really?
There was another one that didn't like.
Farrah Fawcett. That was
Patrick Swayze.
Oh,
Patrick Swayze was later.
Billy Mays, it was like the guy who was like Johnny Carson's son.
Well,
I also want to point out that the same weekend that Michael Jackson died is the weekend that Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen, directed by Michael Bay, came out.
Very important. We had to cross the new divide.
Yeah,
we did.
Do we think that
kids,
British kid in the Minecraft video was Jordy Greep?
Yeah,
the dates line up.
Of course it was.
Jim, the DJ is very upset. We paid him $300 for the night, and we got to get our money.
He wants the good middle school girls to go bad,
and they will. Montcourt's back, baby. Another bit of my crossover zone.
Yeah. This is not the song I hate, but I cannot condone Cobra Starship. They're in the same 303 realm of bands that I won't allow.
No,
yeah,
Cobra Starship have an absolutely rancid energy.
Crossover. The Fueled by Ramen, like, basically like the mainstreamified version of like indie sleaze, essentially.
Yeah.
Like them 303. Which again, I like this song, but yeah, no, I definitely get it.
I hated this so much at the time, you know, but that just lines up with
This
everything
song's
you already
like
know
almost
about
a novelty because Leighton, Meester, is it Meester? I don't know. She's trying to put her old pussy into this song, but just this song sounds like my dad paid $200,000 for me to get a feature on a song.
Yeah, I've never been entirely certain what Leighton Meester's claim to fame. Was she on?
She's an actress,
Was it
right?
Gossip Girl? Or the Hills?
Yeah, Gossip
Something
Girl.
like that.
It was Gossip Girl. Okay.
It's Gossip Girl, but she's married to Adam Brody from the OC right now, like in real life.
Okay.
Her parents are Constance and Douglas Meester.
Oh.
Shouts out Douglas.
Oh, you know their wedding photo looks like American Gothic.
You know what Leighton Meester is giving on this episode? I mean, on this song?
What's that?
Victorious cast member?
100%, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Like trying to outsing Ariana Grande and failing is essentially like the vibes.
Yeah,
it's
Speaking
giving Leia
Victoria. Shout out to Victoria Asher, who like was recruited into this band to be the token girl / keytar player in this band, and was like 10 years younger than all of the members.
Oh no!
The keytar player from Cobra Starship like just turned 31. It's deeply bizarre.
Apparently, this guy first got notoriety on MySpace for posting a cover of Gwen Stefani's Hollaback Girl called Hollaback Boy. And then apparently that's how they got signed by Fall Out Boy bassist Pete Wentz.
Of course there is a song on Viva La Cobra entitled let me pull it up. Where is it at? I saw it earlier. Might be is that a different record?
Hold on, what's that? What's track 8 on Nightshades?
Yeah,
there?
He's
the only reason we're famous.
That's a real Panic at the Disco ass title.
Is it?
Oh god, this story is fast. I've never read about the story of Cobra Starship guy, and I'm just
the story of Cobra Starship is bizarre.
Like for example, so he gets signed to a management company, and by Pete Wentz. And one of the first things that happens is in 2006, he contributes a song to the soundtrack of the film Snakes on a Plane.
Not just
Yes.
a
Yeah.
song,
Oh,
the
God.
title,
song.
the titular song.
Titular
Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane. Parentheses. Bring it.
Bring it.
Yeah. This was only a thing that could happen in the punk gross crunk era,
Yeah,
and
100%.
I can't support it because of
But
that.
guys,
This is the epitome of the Fueled by Ramen bubble.
guys, as that takes off and they get that placement, guess who they go on tour with that fall? The Welcome to the Universe tour of 30 Seconds to Mars, baby.
Oh,
shit.
hey.
Well, maybe I like them.
They opened for Jared on tour.
It was pretty hard to escape Jared on tour in this era.
This is true.
In their mild defense.
Not to derail anything, but I looked up Farrah Abraham's Wikipedia, and she's not who I thought she was. Let's continue with Cobra
that
Starship,
is a different story. I will tell you later. But then when they're like touring, like when they put out that album and they're in their sort of ascent, they went on a tour, the headlining tour called the Really, Really Ridiculously Good Looking Tour, which is just like the most 2008 energy possible, with guests Metro Station, The Cab, and We Are Kings. Like, oh my god!
It was a moment.
If we wanted to do I just had a genius idea playlist. We need a third episode of this that's all the slow dance songs, and one of them needs to be "Check Yes Juliet" by We Are Kings.
100%.
Absolutely.
That's not a slow dance song, but I mean, like the songs that are of this ilk that are not horny and are like sad or like.
Where does the Great
slower.
Escape fall in there?
The same exact category as Check Yes Juliet, bro.
That's got to be what an incredible song that is.
I just want to say I read on the Cobra Starship Wikipedia page that one of their members now plays guitar in the band America. I don't know if you know this, but the band America is the band that did I Rode Through the Desert on a Horse with No Name. This should not be allowed, is what I'm thinking.
So when does Good Girls Go Bad come out exactly? What year
it is 2009, right?
9? Yeah,
yes,
let me double check.
And then isn't it what's it called?
Well, they have another one after that, You Make Me Feel, which is a song I have had like a closet obsession with for a good long while now. Very bizarre song. Also featuring a guest vocalist who does not exist.
They did a cover of in very similar to the Hollaback Girl song. They did an I Kissed a Girl cover, but he did change it to I Kissed a Boy. So I give props to you, I guess. Queering.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would bet actual money that he says
no. Hot Mess. Is there a track titled Pete Wentz is the only reason we're famous?
Yes, I was just going to mention that, which honestly respect. Also, this album is produced by Bruno Mars. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
This album also probably has a higher Metacritic score than Making a Door Less Open.
I
want to check that.
Maybe I'm changing my perspective on Cobra Starship.
Yeah, me too.
Cobra Starship reappraisal.
Yeah, the Cobra Starship. We got to reappraise Cobra Starship on what.
It's got 6 reviews.
7 for Making a Door Open.
Yeah, Patrick Stump is involved in the writing of this album, along with Benny Blanco. Kevin Rudolph worked with them on this album. The man himself.
Oh, that makes sense.
Who we will be bringing up very shortly.
Oh yeah,
of course.
Look,
I think
in short,
the
again,
umbrella for the playlist we were alluding to earlier, the Check It Juliet playlist, like that's the MySpace ballads playlist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that is the song. Like that song and Plain White Tees, Hey There Delilah are the North Star for that
Oh
episode.
my God.
We will do that episode. But
there needs to be a.
We need to. Do we have anything else to say about Good Girls Go Bad? Because we've got like six more songs, and they're all enormous. Like there are no
let's keep it rolling.
Weak tracks left.
Oh my fucking
God. So this is an act that I have seen live. Wow. They did a free show on my campus freshman year.
Yep, that checks. I mean, this is one of the all-time. Wow, this is one of the most like all-time like made a lot of their money touring college campuses bands. Like I when I was in high school, our track we would run our track meets on was like a college nearby, and while our track meet was happening, Macklemore was loading into the gym next to us, and Macklemore is a great example of someone that just like toured colleges for years in this era, and Far East Movement is another one. This song is sick.
I first got introduced to this song.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah, I first got introduced to this song when I first started getting into D&D, and there's a D&D remix of this song that you could easily look up.
Oh, like
on
a
YouTube.
D6?
Yes.
All right, hang on. I'm pulling it up immediately.
Hell yeah!
I remember. I may.
Oh, let's roll a d6.
Oh my
I
god.
remember. Am I inventing this? Did Far East
What the
Movement do something
fuck?
with Riff Raff? I feel like they
Before
did.
we press play, what are the odds Felicia Day's in that roll a d6 video?
100%.
It seems it's too. I mean, it only has
Oh,
88,000
that's right.
views.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone
It
else
was a bigger
remember Far East Movement featuring Riff Raff, the illest?
No.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
I guess only
Wow.
I know about that song. We haven't listened to that after this briefly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, hey, this is the greatest song
This
of all
song is-
time.
this-
I don't
this
actually
song-
believe
this
that, but I'm
song is
willing to
so
say
good.
it, you know?
It should also
Yeah.
be noted that one of their only recent hits from 2016 is featuring Marshmello, Tinashe, and someone else I've never heard of.
That's a combo.
These guys
Jackie,
are up to stuff.
is Metro Station Shake It on the second playlist?
No, but it
I
is
don't-
now.
that's-
Thank you for adding it.
I was like,
Metro Station Shake It is absolutely of this era of like songs that when you hear them, you can imagine the person listening to them and they're wearing an I Heart Boobies bracelet. Like that is what the era that we're thinking about.
Yep.
Like
the Kanye,
Got
this
a
is
Tonight
like-
Love on Her Arms shirt.
the heartless
I
Kanye
have a
era
story.
shades.
Hang on.
yes. Cheddar Shades.
Oh god, that I Heart Movies is such a pull. When my roommate moved in back in like December, he was like the first thing he gave me was like, oh, me and my bros, we did this thing, we did like a little charity thing. Have this, and it was an I Heart Boobies bracelet
That's
or like
really
a little
great.
one of the stretchy things.
I would love to have one of those now, actually. Like,
Did anyone
I want to
know?
say I threw it away, but I don't know for sure.
Did anyone have or know someone who had one of like the Fuck Cancer t-shirts? That's also in like a
No.
similar vein of
No,
like
but,
Warped Tour
like,
sketchy charity
I'm
marketing.
thinking of like
I don't
Live Strong
think so.
bracelets more than I think of the Fuck Cancer shirts, but yes.
Okay. I'm definitely thinking of like the back of the merch grid at Warped Tour
Yes.
type.
I love that Maddie has not turned this song off.
Why would he?
I mean,
Yo, like a
this
G6 is low key a vibe.
It is.
Shout
I
out
think
to
what
the
we're-
Cataracts
so-
and Dev. I have no idea who either of you are, but I'm sure you made some money off this song. I hope
Dev's
you
a
did.
whole wormhole we could go down. That lady
Yeah.
is bizarre.
Have y'all ever seen a picture of Far East Movement? You should look one up.
They are
I
cool.
have.
I think I have.
Maddie, can you
Yeah.
play the Far East Movement Riff Raff song, The Illest, please?
Yeah.
We also have to listen to Roll a D6.
You'll very quickly figure out why they called themselves Far East Movement.
Let's see.
Love this very original chord progression. Yeah, they're swagged out.
They're just some swagged out Asian boys.
Yeah.
Top global Asian acts to play 8-hour live.
Wasn't our boss, Maddie, wasn't our boss working this song to radio when it blew up? Like a G6?
I think so. Let me
There-
pull up our
there-
database really
there's
quick.
a-
I can find it in our database.
It was this era.
hell-
Oh.
Outsiders close
You
your
haven't heard
eyes.
the song. You haven't heard the song, but you like might as well have. You know what I mean? You heard
Yeah,
songs
this
Yeah.
like
is the
this song.
era of like put a weird sound, and that's the chorus.
Tonight is partly responsible for that, as we talked about.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I think you must. You're not. Yeah,
Probably
there
worked
is
it
like a
somewhere
thing.
else.
I think maybe I don't know. I don't think we worked it. I think Adam like promoted a show.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
From Far East Movement.
they have a signed poster in our office. That's probably what it was. It was probably a show thing.
Yeah. But let's listen to Roll a D6 really
Yes,
quick.
let's do it. You don't need to hear.
For the
I just want to make sure
chaperones.
we have to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, you ever see Stranger Things? It's
I did.
really
I
cool.
watched 4 hours of it today. I finished the new season.
Wow.
It's pretty good, actually.
Oh, this person's alternative.
That's Felicia Day,
Yeah.
I think.
Hey, do you want to go see Boyz
Never mind.
tonight? I hear he takes on the Vacuum Consortium.
Nah, I can't. I've got this thing.
A thing?
Yeah, a thing. I just can't really bail on it, but
What kind of thing? What
Is
are
this
you doing?
Juno?
Come on, man.
Next.
Here's what I'll say.
Oh my god.
Appreciate they have a female doing lead vocals.
Yes.
Female.
Come on, man.
Drinking multiple of those glass bottle Cokes in the same night sounds like just...
Sounds like a party.
When Dungeons and Dragons and bottled Coke link up, anything is possible.
This is like the classic like parody video that's a little better made than it should be. It's like, you guys put too much time into this.
Yeah.
These people don't...
Thank you, Jill, for this poll.
Give me a perception check.
Oh my god, the Crosley record
12:18
players.
a.m. They're going hard.
I feel like D&D players aren't the type of people that would like a G6, but maybe I'm wrong.
Get me more Coke.
I think part of it is, it's like, isn't it ironic that we're doing this partying song? I think there's a little bit of distance to it.
Yeah, it's like Punko's Crunk, but for D&D.
I think someone was like, hey, wait, wizard rhymes with blizzard.
Can we also talk about the genius use of the English language by Far East Movement in the word slizzard?
Of course.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I had the other window open and did not realize that Roll a D6 was playing instead. I was like, wow, they rolled like a G6 back.
No.
And why not?
Oh god, we've got an important one. This is an important one.
This is a very important one.
That's an understatement.
I'm just gonna play it. You'll know it again. I think almost all these songs you'll know it when you hear it.
This is a song that when I put this playlist together, I was like, how have we not talked about this song on the podcast yet? Like, truly, you really can't make something that like is more suited to our current sensibility than the song. Hit play, Maddie.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing really quickly?
Go ahead.
This is it. This is the song.
What, AJ? AJ,
Something wrong with you, bro.
AJ, you picked literally the only answer that I would have gotten mad at.
Totally, dude.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, this is the greatest song of all time.
This is literally the best song
something
of
here
the
for
week.
everyone.
No, this is perfect.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It's not the best song this week.
It absolutely is.
It's up there. I'll relitigate
This
it
is like this is Diet Lonely Island ass on the verse.
Lonely Island wishes.
This is Shop Boys should have got some of the shine Soulja Boy got. This is as good as any Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I spent some time. I didn't listen to all of it. I did listen to more than a couple of tracks on the album that this comes from, Rockstar Mentality. And I understand why this was their only hit in some ways, but also they crushed this. Like,
yeah.
The number one thing I immediately realized about the song when I added it to the playlist is that this is the yin to Let It Rock by Kevin Rudolph's Yang. Kevin Rudolph is a rocker running in rap circles. These are rappers running in rock circles. The two songs together, if you put them together, it's just like all of music becomes one, essentially.
Yes.
In some ways, it also has a lot of the energy of like at the time, like mid 2000s, 3-6 Mafia.
But yeah, it's very much crunk southern rap meets like rap rock stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like 2007, 2008, the coolest thing you could do was be a rock star who doesn't actually care about rock music.
Yes.
It's like, or like have a devotion to a particular like type.
It was the precursor to everybody doing pop punk revival stuff, like Lil Wayne picking up a guitar for the first time and doing the guitar solo is part
Let's
of this
not pretend that was good though.
No, that I mean that is hilarious, but no, I get what you mean.
It was like Guitar Hero and like Ed Hardy and Rock of Love all happened at the same time, and it was like, well, I guess rock music's cool.
We should.
I'm on the golf course tripping with the Osbournes.
I think a revealing part of this song's appeal is that I, until listening to this playlist over and over today, did not realize this song had verses.
Yep.
Like, if you had asked me last week, I would have told you, like, and I still think it's true of The Hook that this song is one of the few songs that rises to the Vince Staples Around the World tier of good lyricism.
The whole thing should just be party like a rock, party like a rock star.
They should have just made this Around the World, because that's all it is in my head.
You go back to it and you're just like, yeah, one of the artists that comes up for this is Dem Franchise Boys, and that's like the legitimate version.
I have to disagree with just the chorus notion, because when he says, I saw Travis Barker on the TV the other day or something to that.
That's pretty good.
I lose
the
it.
verses
Yeah.
are fucking hilarious. I mean, half of the reason Gavin is on this episode because I was like, I'm not talking about Party Like a Rockstar without Gavin. I simply refuse. Like,
yeah. This is maybe the one song. Well, that's not true. I like Dynamite, but this is like the one song I liked when it came out, and don't have like a post like separation
you have
sort
fun,
of appreciation
you have fun
for
memories
it.
of listening to the song as I do.
Absolutely. When this one came on the marching band bus, it was over. We were gonna march on that field like rock stars, you know.
Yeah, when this song came out, my best friend at the time, Blake, we would just constantly we would just make a joke to ourselves being like, party like a fart star. That would be like our running bit with the song.
Great.
That's it.
What if it was party like a porn star and it's about and it's shaved by Brian Pumper?
Get Gab Max on the phone.
Yeah,
it's about staying in the lane.
We don't have
we
prison
legally
credits.
cannot sign Brian. Yeah, we can't sign Brian Pumper because of our no canceled artist rule. Unfortunately,
which I also did not know about Brian Pumper because I haven't listened to that episode yet.
That whole verse with the Osbournes line into the Travis Barker line is so good.
It's so funny.
Bitches want to marry me. They see me. They might just panic. My ice make them go down quick like the Titanic.
Yeah,
that's good.
So fucking funny.
And then he ends the verse with, "Yeah, I'm with the Shot Boys. You know what we do. I'm surfing, screaming, cowabunga. Totally, dude.
Totally, dude.
Right now, Maddie, can you briefly go to Rockstar Mentality and please hit play on Totally, Dude, which is the rare example where the same fucking song again happens on the same album that the original.
Yeah.
Just let's
Chubby
do this
checker
for
moments.
just a little bit.
They sample themselves.
They do.
Yep.
Wait, just listen.
There's something wrong with AJ Moser. This is the best shit of all time.
The hook of the song is, we've got the whole world yelling out, and then the hook of their other song. Like, it is a song about the popularity of their other song. It is genius. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, at the end of the music video for Party Like a Rockstar, where they're all just bouncing around in the Kiss makeup, it's so cool. It's shouts out to the Shot Boys.
The Shot Boys deserved more. There's also a remix of this song with Lil Wayne and Chamillionaire, as you might imagine.
Of course.
All I'm saying is we all know what song is up next.
Chamillionaire?
We do.
Jackie?
Is that not his name?
It's Chamillionaire. It's Chamillionaire. The H is silent.
Yeah, like a chameleon. Yeah.
I've always called him Chamillionaire.
We're learning so much about everyone tonight.
I love learning. This is a podcast about learning. If Spotify gives you a survey asking you why you're listening to this podcast, please pick education as the option.
If we
I got
are
one of those earlier while listening to podcasts about
in
lists.
Jackie's defense, this was like the shmoney era, so
Yeah, that is true.
There's an adjacency there.
And also,
Totally, dude.
If it was it goes into millionaire better. Like it sounds crisper off the tongue the way that I was saying. Anyways,
it's a joke on Shamu. He loves SeaWorld so much.
Absolutely.
It's a free willionaire.
I want to talk more about the song, but the next one is such a can of worms too. We might just do we have anything else to say about Party Like a Rockstar?
This next song is evil. This is an evil song.
Party Like
Maddie, you should start it. You should start a timer because I think we're gonna hit 45 minutes minimum on this song.
There's a very real chance.
I love this song so much. I liked this song at the time. I remember watching this. Has everyone seen the music video for this
Can
song?
we watch a music video for
Yeah,
it?
Armando Bond.
Let's pull up the music video.
I
We'll
think
pull up the music video for this
if you're at
one.
home and you have not watched the video to, spoiler alert, it's Hotel Room Service by Pitbull. We're talking about
this was a late edition, right? Like this was one that didn't make the initial cut, and then it was like, what's missing?
I think I was debating how many Pitbull songs to include, and I realized this one had to be, because this is really
he's pulling into the Epic Hotel. He's doing the Be Mine Your Toes intro.
Make some noise.
So I hadn't heard this song before this episode.
Really?
Me neither.
Yeah. Let's listen.
Here comes Armando Bond.
To me, it was this and Holiday Inn by Shingy were very linked. I mean, they're both about Holiday Inns.
Well, also, doesn't this sample
It does
the
not.
Chingy song?
The song that the samples we will get to.
I mean, looks like a series of video game cutscenes.
It samples the Chingy song if you count just like mentioning the Holiday Inn as a sample.
I guess that's kind of what I thought.
Well, that's from the Sugar Hill Gang song.
This video is as horny as the song is, which is the important thing to know.
Wait, hold on. Show of hands who hasn't seen the video, because there is a twist. Okay.
I don't think I have.
There is a twist.
I've just seen Armando Bond as of like 5 minutes before we started recording. I knew this song, but
so
no,
this pass we won't talk about the lyrics at all. We'll just talk about the video on this pass.
Yeah, which is like Pitbull in a Hitman level, essentially.
100%.
Honestly,
when is he not though?
This music video isn't too far away from a Brian Pumper music video.
It's more budget.
Every single shot of this video looks like it is the beginning of a porn movie. Like every single it looks like they used the exact same lighting crews. Like. I'm also very glad that Lily talked over the egg whites line. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to it. There's no.
We'll get there.
We'll do our close reading.
There's no consistency in any of the women that are in the room.
Mostly egg whites. There's another Brian Pumper connection you can make right there.
Yeah.
Busted TV. What's this?
Oh. Is it? Wait. Is it the band? The band we talked about?
Oh, true.
Yeah, air hostess.
Which we will be returning to the Busted Extended Universe at some point.
Oh God,
in a future episode of the podcast.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
It's an episode of Bar Rescue.
There should be a song about how I'm the rap Brian Pumper.
I mean. Well, Brian Pumper is
John Taffer.
Honestly, yeah, Brian Pumper is already the rap Brian Pumper.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had Pumper on the mind because of this very, very sexualized music video. But I mean, I'm raps John Taffer. It should be a song.
I was gonna say with this video, Gavin, are you doing okay on the semen retention front with this video?
Yeah, no, I'm doing great. There's too much Pitbull in it for me to be worried about anything. And that's not to say Pitbull's an unattractive man. He's just in it a lot.
The best part about this music video is that they clearly rented one hotel room for one night and then shot everything else in front of a green screen.
Yep.
Yeah, they could not spring for the motel hotel.
Pitbull didn't even get to the roof.
Yeah.
I did the math on it, by the way. Revolution came out when Pitbull was 28 years old, and that's a distressing amount of age proximity for me to be to a man who looks like Pitbull. Who's just always looked 42.
I have 9 months to make my revolution.
Yeah, I mean,
you have 9 months to get your Call of Duty skin girlfriend.
That's right.
But he's looked like 38 his entire life. Like he will look 38 forever. Yeah. I do love this part.
Maddie, the DJ at the dance is playing a heavily censored version of this song.
No, here's the thing, they're not.
The one whatever music context thing I would like to give for this entire episode is that the song that this song heavily samples is called "Push the Feelin' On" by MK, Mark Kitchen. It's like his big house music hit from 1995 that essentially invents the entire sound of this whole Maddie, can you hear playing it? It's called "Push the Feeling On." It's MK. Oh jeez.
Okay. 1 second.
Yeah. MK Push the Feeling On. It samples both the horn break and also the lead little synth melody. It's the whatever the most popular one is. Yeah. No, it's not. Just go to the MK. Yeah, it's that one. And skip ahead to 30 seconds. Yeah, this one. It's playing right now. But this is in 1995. He invents the sound of 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. This song is the textbook for.
That's nuts.
It's crazy, right?
Hotel, Holiday Inn.
And now you cannot hear that horn without adding in the Pitbull over. I cannot.
Yeah.
You can't.
He yelled "Dale," and the game changed.
He did. That means it's his.
I mean, it's a tour de force. This is probably. I mean, I loved this song at the time. I was very aware of this as part of the Pitbull canon, which I guess was not the case for everyone else. But
it was peripherally there. I was aware of it, but it wouldn't be if you asked me to name Pitbull songs, this would be number 5 or 6.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that is partly because, as we sort of alluded to earlier, like Pitbull gets so horny on this song, they essentially put the clamps on Pitbull going forward. They're just like, you need to be slightly less sexual in order for us to sell you to like mass market. And so he because he is inherently sexual, like even when he's giving his, like, in a way that's different than Flo Rida, where Flo Rida doesn't feel inherently sexual but can have sexual lyrics, whereas like Pitbull feels sexual even when he's being vague and non-specific. And so I think they sort of realize that, like, if we let you rap about egg whites, it's just too much for people.
Can we do let's just do a dramatic reading of the
hotel
room lyrics.
Who wants to start us off with a
Are we going popcorn reading here?
I think we should,
I feel like we can skip the intro and the chorus because everybody knows those. We just got to do the verses.
Yes. Okay.
And the pre-choruses, I suppose.
Okay, thank you, Maddie.
Yeah. Oh, especially the pre-chorus.
Okay. I guess I'll begin. Forget about your boyfriend, okay? And meet me at the hotel room. You can bring your girlfriends and meet me at the hotel room. AJ?
I'm going to go right into verse 1 because everyone knows how the song sounds.
Okay, go ahead.
She liked that freaky stuff. 2 in the O and 1 in the I.
I hate that, man.
What did he say?
Rihanna.
Hell no.
Rihanna has made that
Hell
in
no.
comments.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That kinky stuff. You nasty, but I like your type, and like T.I. is whatever you like. Bring your girls. It's just whatever the night. Your man just left. I'm the plumber tonight. I'll check your pipes. Oh, you the healthy type. Well, here goes some egg whites.
Maddie, can we get the genius annotation on this one? Can we get the genius annotation on this one?
And can you read it, please?
A girl with nice, healthy pipes, parentheses, her throat, in parentheses, is going to be filled with Pitbull's egg whites, parentheses, his cum.
And parentheses.
Thank you for the clarification, genius.com.
Can we popcorn Max for the pre-chorus?
Yeah, for sure.
I have an issue with this pre-chorus.
Check the annotation.
Yeah.
Check the annotation.
Now give me that sweet, that nasty, that, and here's where I think we diverge. It says he has Gucci stuff. I would argue he says gushy.
I think he does, clearly.
Yeah, him and Brian Pumper might be the 2 only artists to ever invoke the word gushy in a song before.
Yeah.
Well, wait.
Pitbull needed to say, "Let me get that monkey super wet." And fart on this dude.
Wait, wasn't the clean version of WAP like wet ass,
wet
like,
and gushy?
Wet and gushy,
yeah.
Oh, which and it's worse. Dale.
It's like white and nerdy. All right, sorry. Let me tell you what we gonna do. 2 + 2, I'm going to undress you. Then we're going to go 3 and 3, you going to undress me. We're going to go 4 and 4, we going to freak some more. But first, really?
It's just a fucking Danny Brown verse.
Yeah, essentially.
Is what it is.
All right, who wants to start verse 2?
Oh, God. I haven't gone yet. Tee me up, Maddie.
I haven't gone either.
Okay.
Another important annotation on the start of verse 2, by the way. Just go ahead and pull that
Why
up.
did I choose verse 2? After party in hotel lobby.
Oh my god.
This fucking picture.
Thanks to this annotation for letting me off the hook.
Cover art for this episode, right?
Yeah, we go ahead and save it.
Can we replace the O's with little Pitbull heads
now? I can do it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
For the ones at home who can't see in this audio visual, so we opened up.
It's going to be the cover of the episode. You'll see.
We opened up the annotation then we off to the room like vroom, and someone provided a handy little picture here of the word vroom in cartoon letters that made me laugh really hard.
Yeah. The quote is essential, though. Can we get the literal interpretation? After the party, Pitbull and his girl go off to their private room. He makes the vroom sound effect to show how fast he takes her to the room. Pitbull often has sound effects in his music. In an interview with LA Musica, he stated that, and this is a direct quote from Pitbull, "Sound is music. Anything from the sound cars make down the street to the guy who taps his foot on the train. That's music, baby.
So true, King.
He's so awesome. He's so
That's
awesome.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have anything else to say about this incredible song?
Yeah, put them fingers in your mouth or open up your blouse and pull that G-string down south.
Yeah, we did. We should have got that in there.
Yeah.
And then he implies having an orgy.
Yeah.
So do we want to talk about egg whites at all, or are we just
I
allowing
will
that
just say,
shit thing
like,
to happen?
He took the Pharrell drop it like it's hot verse is the clear kind of like inspiration he's going for, but he's like, I'm gonna make it a little more raunchy, and he steps a little too over the line. Like, just honestly worse than egg whites. Like, egg whites is bad, don't get me wrong. The OU the healthy type is like the most insane part of the whole song. That the way he delivers that line every single time makes me feel insane.
I'm
Two
the
in the
plum of the
O,
night.
one in the I, also being like the second rapped verse of the rapped line of this entire song.
Yeah.
The annotation on that one is so threatening because I'm like, okay, someone's got to explain that. And then the annotation is just, what did he say?
No one can explain that. Two in the O.
Two in the O.
Awesome, Maddie. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm looking for it right
anyways,
now.
our next song. What is our next song?
Minecraft parody if you want to watch. We don't.
Oh god. Oh yeah. Hang on one second. Let me get out of this menu really quick. Okay, let's see.
I think this
Another
is a good
one.
one if I remember correctly.
Portal.
Oh yeah.
Portal room service.
Yeah.
It's another
This was
Minecraft
made in
parody.
February 24,
2021.
2021. By the way.
I want everybody to stop what they're doing.
Oh wow.
Now, if you know somebody who needs to play Minecraft right now, share this song.
Yeah.
Thank you, Erica.
Meet me at the stronghold.
Meet me
I
at
love
this
these.
portal
These are
room.
this is like the most vulnerable thing you could ever post.
Stronghold.
It really is.
Meet me at the portal room. Don't forget your diamonds. We really have to beat the end. Meet me at the portal room.
I love it when these parody videos just don't care about.
Yeah, like this was horny for you, but for me, it's about Minecraft.
Yeah.
What did she do with the verses?
Grinding.
Getting some wheat.
When are we gonna open up the Indieheads podcast Minecraft server?
Good question.
I feel like I've talked about it in an episode already, and I'll never reveal it. But somewhere out there on YouTube, there is an AJ Moser Minecraft music video parody channel.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
You have not?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never heard
It
you talk
has to
about
be.
this.
Look
I
up
think
Muse
AJ has mentioned
Uprising.
Yeah, this has come up.
Yeah, we
before.
should watch every Muse Minecraft video, and we'll find it eventually.
This is just my. This is what I had to do to upload my projects for grad school, and also a song I made in GarageBand when I was on acid.
Go that first one.
It's not.
Go
You
the
won't find
first
it. You
AJ
won't
Moser.
find them.
Are they
How could
unlisted?
you
Are they
write
private
off
or
to
just
How could
like?
you
That could be AJ.
House music by Slander.
Yeah, I don't think these are the AJ. AJ and
God
Bonnie
damn
Moser.
No,
AJ.
it's
Who's
not.
Bonnie? And why is she doing
That's
a flash
my girlfriend's
mob?
cat. It's not under my name.
We might
Okay.
find it one day.
We'll find it.
We will find it at some point. Anyways, our next song.
It's not under that either.
Let's just look. Hang on. Let's just play it.
What can you say
Yeah.
about this song?
Yeah, honestly,
We've talked about this song like twice already, haven't we?
We've just talked about this era of Black Eyed Peas before, and this was sort of the closing of the loop. But I was also just like, when I put this on, I was like, okay, we can't not talk about this. But then when I put it on, I was like, what do you say about I Gotta Feel?
I don't know.
I mean, this is the ultimate example of this genre of middle school dance songs.
Yes.
Of tonight is going to be
This
the
is-
best night of our lives.
Yeah.
Middle schoolers awkwardly not dancing with each other.
Yeah, I feel like this is like the 9:30 second win, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
This is
what
when
gets
everyone
people back.
starts texting their
Either
parents.
that or
Being
it
like,
gets
"It's
played in
almost
the
over,
first
come get me."
hour.
Or both, as we did many times. Because basically there was no overlap in attendance in those time slots.
I think what this is just saying is that this playlist is full of classics.
I mean,
What
this
can you
playlist is pretty
Yeah, this
foundational
is
to me.
these are all again. Are all these songs good? No, but are they all classics? Absolutely.
Exactly.
Staples.
I'd like
really.
to say that they're all good for the record. Yeah, this is the middle school, or I guess early high school for me, like dance or marching band bus song. I heard this song more than songs I wanted to hear that year.
Yeah,
it was just inescapable as a young person.
Here's the thing about this song. Also another one that has a weird, understated poignancy to it. If the song hits you at the wrong moment, it will make you cry.
I don't know about
It's
that.
true.
Chief.
No, I get that. I get what AJ means.
That's Party Like a Rock Star for me. I'm ready to cry to that one. Thinking about Brett.
I feel like Good Girls Go Bad is kind of like that for me. Sometimes you can't change people.
I don't get, but I
You guys want to have a real quick cry, real quick? Together?
Let's do it.
I will say the song doesn't really use Fergie very well. I feel like Fergie doesn't get a lot to do on this one.
That's true. At the same time, Fergie is such like a natural belter that I don't know if you can really have her over a beat this tender.
That is true. That's kind of,
like she's there to do the people in the place bit, and you just can't really work one of those into this song.
I mean, the fucking bridge on this song is
Lily,
just...
that's Boom Boom
right,
Pow.
AJ,
You're thinking of Boom Boom Pow, Lily. That's where she does the
I
people in the place.
There is like, but like you're right. No, there is like a weird. I wouldn't call it melancholy, but like it's not as upbeat as you think as you remember the song being in your mind.
This
like,
is the song where it's like, okay,
is like
here's the situation. You close your eyes, enter the Mind Palace. It's like, this is the last song that's playing at high school prom. People are starting to funnel out the door. You're looking around the room as it empties, and you're like, this is probably the last time I'm going to see 90% of these people. And there's a weird... melancholic aura to it.
It's like a good riddance first time of your life, but you're supposed to drink to it, essentially. It's like memories in that way.
Yeah.
We're just making up like 4chan green texts right now that say shit like you will never be 14 years old again.
That's what this episode is.
The Feel in 2013.
Let's live it up. I have a very specific memory. I don't know why I have this. Of my parents, unfortunately, dragging me to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and me being like, I don't want to be here. I want to listen to Black Eyed Peas on my iPod Touch, or whatever it was at the time.
I did my version of that memory is I got eliminated on Gotta Get That for talking about. It was definitely Rockin' Monkey Business and the Discman in the back of the car. I never had the end phase, but I had a Monkey Business summer.
I had a more of an end phase than a Monkey Business phase. Like I was aware of the Black Eyed Peas because of Monkey Business, but like this was the one where I was like just starting to get control of my own iPod and iTunes purchases, and very much like Black Eyed Peas. Like I Got a Feeling, Boom Boom Pow. Like these were all in rotation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are we ready to move on to the next song? Because I don't have
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no.
I don't know.
The next song is maybe the most cursed of the week.
No, this song rocks. This song rocks.
I love this song. I think this song is hilarious.
It's insane you prefer this to Party
Here's
Like a Rock
the thing.
Star.
Any song that's like...
I can understand.
I forget the exact lyric, but it's like, I'm trying to find the words, but be respectful. It's like, that's a good song.
Oh
This song is so conscious and mindful.
I would say he does a bad job.
He does a great job.
Yeah, I would say he states the intention and then does not follow through.
The song we were talking about, of course, is unfortunately called Sexy Bitch. It's by David Guetta featuring Akon. And we're going to listen to it now.
Akon, Lonely Island.
This is very much the crossover between like the Bloghouse era and this era of pop music we're about to get, because this very much sounds like Kid Cudi Crooker's remix, Day and Night.
Oh yeah, it does.
I have to look at the timeline because I feel like he definitely stole that from this. I want to guess. Let me look at that real quick.
Like, here's the thing. Are you going to tell me Akon's bad with a straight face?
No, Akon is great. Akon is great on the song.
Oh boy.
This bit's good.
Okay, so
yeah, no, the whole bridge is like the pre-chorus is the thing that cements this one.
So
yeah.
Day and Night remix comes out on New Year's Day 2009, the Crookers remix, and this David Guetta album comes out in that summer. So there's also Memories by David Guetta, which I didn't include in this, which is essentially him doing the Crookers remix with actual Kid Cudi. But this is David Guetta's first hit, and is important not only as a song itself, but is important because this song is the first tiny domino that leads us to shout out to his family.
It really is.
What's the line of this song?
Can we watch it again?
It's like so much better than your neighborhood whore.
It hurts too much.
It doesn't even. We don't even need to comment on it. It is absolutely insane for a song to simultaneously commit this hard to the misogyny bit while also like trying to have it both ways. Like, it is impressive galaxy brain type behavior. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful.
This song does like a beautiful like full arm skip forward in the misogyny direction, and then does some like sneaky tiptoes back every couple seconds. It's so funny.
It exists outside of any sort of like didactic gender politic. Like,
yeah,
it also just helps that the way
Mobius strip.
The way he says without being disrespectful really is what really makes it. Like, this is a great song.
Here's a lyrical sandwich. This is a haiku right here. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood hoe. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. The way that booty move and I can't take no more.
Yeah.
Those are just unedited.
The features on the debut David Guetta album, I wanna give you read some of these off. So you got Sexy Bitch featuring Akon. You have a song with Fergie and LMFAO on it. You got Memories featuring Kid Cudi. You got On the Dance Floor with will.I.am and Afrojack. There's not one but two Kelly Rowland features, one that also has a Neo feature. There's a Revolver featuring Lil Wayne, Madonna versus David Guetta. I don't know what that is. There's a song with
it's 2 discs.
There's a song with Estelle on it. Like, this thing is long. Like, I guess this is just like the very beginning of the EDM boom of labels realizing, if we just throw a bunch of money at one of these DJ guys and have him sign on a bunch of pop people, like we can get this ball rolling, essentially.
It's very baffling to have a 31-track album like before the streaming era.
Yeah, but half of them are like extended mixes or like continuous mix. Like,
that's
right. It's
classic
DJ stuff. But yeah,
interesting.
This was the first one that took, and then 1 year later there's 1 year later we get Who's That Chick featuring Rihanna, which is essentially this
banger.
Song again, essentially. Like, yeah. David Guetta, just what a can we watch the David Guetta video now real quick?
Yeah.
Although I will have to say, a song made by two thoroughly canceled people, just like two of the most canceled people. Titanium by David Guetta featuring Sia. kind of a great fucking song. Like,
I agree.
I saw Sia live at Coachella for 30 minutes, and I will say, hearing her do Titanium live does break your brain. She does have one of those voices that's like, holy shit, you can sing like that. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
All right.
Again, if you really want some great info on Sia, just look up Sia Music on Google. You're gonna find some great stuff.
You would think that seems like some bad SEO, but no, actually. Oh, God damn it.
In America,
why do I have to listen to this?
America too, actually.
The world and America.
I knew we were gonna do this, and I made a special record.
I just gotta be racist against Europeans for a second. I cannot believe this motherfucker sounds like this.
Of course he does.
Please be racist against Europeans.
Yeah, they deserve it, especially in this context.
There's European, and then there's European in parentheses derogatory. That's David Guetta.
Exactly.
And I feel like
shout out to his fat Jesus Christ.
Dystopia is so fun.
Yeah.
It really is.
Oh my god.
This was the fucking MLK drop.
It is a dream rooted in the American
I don't think I've ever seen this before, like in full.
Oh.
This is like some pop star never stopping shit.
Like, if you're the Lonely Island, if you're fucking hypernormalization guy, what's his name?
Adam Curtis.
AJ, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Adam Curtis.
If you're Adam Curtis, like, how do you even make another documentary when this exists? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's too good.
They're doing the work for you.
Yeah, like satire.
There's like
satire
500 layers to this.
Satire was killed in the Trump era, but like this is when it really tips over into like you cannot satire reality because this shit is happening.
For like, I never noticed a fundraiser for a fucking MLS team. Or buy an MLS team?
Looking at
like, what is the soccer infrastructure at play here?
No, I think they're helping like put on the event or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the brands in the top left corner.
HP.
That's just HP computers.
Yeah, this is happening on
it's
like the
pretty good.
Empire State Building is what it looks like. Like we are up on a New York City skyscraper sometimes.
It's officially 425 days straight without racism and counting. All thanks to Guetta. Prayer emojis. Thank you, David Guetta. Thank you.
Nancy Pelosi kneeled so that David Guetta could run.
Oh God. All right. Let's move on. Our final song of the evening. This is the middle school dance classic.
One of the best intros of all time. I want absolute silence over this one.
That absolutely had to be on here. It's his third appearance on the episode, folks. It's low.
Yeah, this is the definitive middle school dance song.
This is the one. Low. This is the one.
I might listen to a lot of Flo Rida tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is the song that you heard this and you ran inside.
Let me talk to her.
I'm ready to take my pants off. This song's I'm gonna do front flips on my bed in a second.
And you had to like when they did the boots with the fur, you had to like throw your feet up in the air and like hit your boots or what, you know what I mean? Even if you weren't wearing boots.
Oh yeah. People invented a whole line dance to do for this.
Yes, 100%.
Spontaneously.
When was this released as a single?
That's a good question.
Let me look that up.
2008 would be my guess.
I think it was earlier than that.
I think it's late 07. I think it's like third quarter 2007.
That's a 15-year anniversary coming up.
Yeah.
I think it might be even earlier than that. No, the single release. When did it hit the radio?
The charts.
Let me look.
October 9th, 2007,
Wow.
baby. The Memory Palace doesn't lie.
I feel like there are a lot of people, and I might be included, where this is the first rap song they heard and were like, wow, what's going on here?
I'm pretty sure that was unfortunately an Eminem song on my part. I want to guess.
Yeah, me too, I think.
She hit the floor.
I think for me it was like not even one of the famous Eminem songs. I think it was like Mosh.
I definitely remember the first like rappers I'd ever downloaded to my iPod was like Eminem and Jay-Z. Like that was basically where I started, as one does when you're a white teenager at that year.
Yep.
7 people on a Zoom call nodding their head to Flow by Flo Rida.
We're at the middle school dance.
This is another like, what do you even say about the song? It is so Titanic.
Yeah.
Legs on my shoulder.
I would argue that this is the biggest.
What an artifact. What an architect.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the first songs I love that is 100% about asses. Like, very, very influential in that department.
Got low, Shoddy did.
Shoddy go up like a toaster.
God. I was not privy to the Yoda bit as a non-Pitchfork attendee, so this is about to become total nonsense.
That's the other funny thing, too, is that I showed up to Pitchfork like 4 hours later than everyone else. Not like I came in just later that evening. The Yoda bit had already started. The Donald Trump Mitski bits had already started. Like the ball was rolling before I walked into them doing the bag dance. Like it was already happening.
To be clear, that's kind of just what AJ and I do.
Yeah.
And so Maddie got wrapped into the fold very quickly. So, it happens.
Yeah, ever since the Cobb Triangle got established.
Also, we should just shout out T-Pain here. T-Pain is the king of
of
the actual adult version of the song. Like I didn't really want to include any of the T-Pain hits because those were songs I heard in college more than I heard them in high school. Because you can't middle schoolify I'm in love with a stripper or bartender.
Yeah.
Like those two are both specifically they're not vague enough.
Bartender
they're too specific
is so
to
good.
adult. Bartender is like one of the we ordered some drinks, I drank them, got drunk line in Bartender is like poetry.
Do you guys know the name of all of Pitbull's albums?
I know some of them.
Let's go through them real quick.
So the first one is acronym Miami. Money is a major issue. The second one is money is still a major issue.
Still a major issue.
They get less funny, but still pretty funny. El Mariel, The Boat Lift, Pitbull starring in Revolution, Armando, Planet Pit, Global Warming Meltdown, Global Warming Deluxe, Globalization, Dale, Climate Change, Gotti Original Motion Picture Soundtrack.
Hell yeah.
Pitbull's so cool. I love Pitbull.
Remember
This is a lot of albums.
Remember the Pitbull needle drop in Aquaman?
The Africa cover?
Yeah.
Oh, baby, let's go.
Hang on, let me see if I can find that. It's got to be in in the singles, right?
We also should talk about the cover of the Pitbull album art that's for Hotel Room Service from Pitbull starring in Revolution.
He's got a Prestige 10 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 girlfriend. I don't think there's much to be said.
No, that's pretty much it.
So when we say Aquaman, are we talking Vinny Chase or are we talking Jason Momoa?
We're talking the Jason Momoa movie. Yeah, he did it.
Wait, is this it?
Have you seen the Jason Momoa Aquaman movie?
Fuck no, I haven't seen that. I don't watch
Gavin,
movies.
you would love it. It's a perfect film.
It is head empty, dumb bullshit in the best way.
So,
and there's a scene in the middle of the movie where they're like, okay, we need to go find this lost artifact that's in Italy or somewhere, and then all of a sudden it just hard cuts to a plane flying over a desert, and Pitbull's cover of Toto Africa just starts blasting in the middle of the movie, completely unexplained.
Well, no, they emerged from the ocean on the coast of Africa,
that's true.
and
That's
it's just
true.
this riff immediately hits, and then Pitbull's rapping about something that has nothing to do with Africa.
Pitbull's verse in the Africa song is the funniest Pitbull. Let me pull it up. It's not in Genius. They don't have the lyrics transcribed. What are you doing, Genius? This is important.
Yeah, you'll transcribe the nasty egg white lyric.
DJ Khaled was a producer on Money is a Major Issue.
Here it is. This is the prototypical late period Pitbull verse. They tried to get rid of me, but from ocean to ocean, they gonna have to deal with me. I've been overlooked, slept on, stepped on, left for dead. Always against all odds, like Pac said. I'm the living Great Gatsby, but these boys are watching quick and disappear like Banksy. From ocean to ocean, sea to sea, I'm something you gotta see.
That's right.
That's fast.
He's just spitting bars right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what can I say aside from what I said earlier? That if Andrew WK is allowed to be good, Pitbull and Flo Rida are also allowed to be good.
Yeah.
That's just. I think that's the take you have to accept.
I think that's
nowadays,
reasonable. How have we been recording
totally,
3 hours and
dude.
it feels like 4.
Yeah,
it feels like 4 and 1 at the same time.
Because we've been grinding on each other the whole time, and nobody's stepped in.
It's a little pelvic action can make time fly.
That's true.
Do we have anything more to say about Low featuring T-Pain? Low is a great song.
It's awesome.
Foundational.
Yeah.
Great song. Well then, that concludes all right, kids.
Episode 1.
It's 10 p.m. Your curfew is hit. All your parents are waiting to pick you up outside. So get in a formal line. Don't stomp over each other. Don't try to, do anything too crazy. Again, do not go home and, proceed to drink any alcohol or, get too sugar high. I don't know what middle school kids are doing these days. Don't hit those damn Juuls, okay? Those are not good for you.
I'm about to do some shots of bitters. You can't stop me.
If you want to go home and have some sparkling cider, go for it. That's your right. It's legal for you kids. Me and Mr. Dill over here, we're gonna go home, and you kids have a good one. We'll see you on Monday, and yeah.
Grab somebody sexy. Tell them hey.
And listeners at home, we're gonna do at least one more episode.
We will be
like
back.
this because if you think I forgot about Replay by Ayaz, I'm not an idiot. We're gonna do another episode of this. This is a rich well that I've wanted to mine for a while, and I'm really glad that I finally had a place to put like my thoughts on these songs that have existed in my brain since I was a wee child.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we go. All right, listeners, we will see you. By the way, quick update. So, if for anyone who listens to us on Spotify, you might not be listening to this episode. Hopefully, you're listening to this one. We got taken off Spotify. I did not intend for that. We used to use FeedBurner. We still use it, but we're going to be switching over to Acast because FeedBurner broke. The thing that it's intended to do, which is to be an RSS feed, it does not function anymore. I think we're still on some places like Stitcher and iTunes, but like Spotify, and I think we got word that we're not on like Overcast. So we're on some places. We are back on Spotify. If you just look up Indieheads podcast, you should be able to find us again. Unfortunately, we cannot. I just cannot put all of our old episodes back up on there. Just too difficult of a thing to do. So again, if you want to find old episodes, our indieheadspodcast.wordpress.com. They're all there. We're still on iTunes, still on Stitcher. You can find
YouTube page
or our
is
YouTube
always
page.
a good place to look.
Yeah,
if you're trying to.
We're still on YouTube. Like I said, there's still ways to find all the old episodes. Just Spotify is just not going to be the place for that, unfortunately, anymore, which is sad because again, I did a lot in terms of if I listen to this like to the podcast to test it out. Usually it was on Spotify, so it's a bit of a bummer. But again, we're back there. This episode will be up there, so we'll link to our new feed in the description. If you're not already subscribed to us on Spotify, we'll post on our Twitter, all that shit. It'll be updated on our league tree. So please refollow us on there, and also hey, please give us some ratings on Spotify too. It really does help us. Really, if there's any place where you can rate us, iTunes, Spotify, do that. Helps the show, gets us more exposure. All that jazz. We especially need it now because again, we got wiped on like probably half the places we were at. So hey, please continue to support the podcast. We love doing it for you. Of course, the best place to listen to episodes of the podcast, to find episodes, all that shit, patreon.com. You get them 48 hours early, of course. You get in the Discord server. Again, it is the Discord server is one of my favorite places to spend online. I think this past weekend was just really fun for a lot of reasons, but just the fact that like, oh hey, like these people that I've been, talking to on Discord for like 2-3 years, I'm finally either seeing them again or meeting them for the first time. So just really, really special place for the pod listeners and for us as cast. Again, I think we were hesitant at first about having a Discord server, I would say, in terms of like a one for fans, but it's paid dividends. So thank you all for listening to the podcast and supporting us over the past almost 2 years. We've been on Patreon and all that shit. So that's my sincere.
If you don't support the podcast, I can't feed my dog Cloud Moser, and you don't want him to starve. So please donate to the Patreon.
So you got to support Cloud Moser. You got to support Wiggum,
my beautiful son.
Our friend of the show, Belle. You got to support Willow. All those pets.
Phoebe.
You got to Phoebe. Half of the half the dogs, if not more than half of the dogs, they may be homophobic, but they are our friends.
Yeah, you got to go beast mode.
There we go. All right. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week let me see. Oh guys, for our episode next week. We are really we are going. There are some. We are looking at some types of guys next week.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ!
we are doing our
next week
conspiracy
is
wrap episode.
A long-awaited episode of this podcast, folks. Absol is going to teach us to think for ourselves.
Oh boy,
it's gonna be good.
It's about time.
It's gonna be good. So join us next week for that, and we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all later. Bye bye.
I came to dig. I'll build a city, oh so big. Just wait a sec, gotta kill this pig. Cook me some bacon, take a swig. Yeah, there must be something I can craft to ease the burden of this task. Yeah, I shoot my arrows in the air sometimes, saying ale, creepers killed. Loot his remains and now his sulfur's mine, saying ale, not today, no. And then I'll go to work under the birch tree, and I'll make myself tons of TNT, and I'll use these blocks to build a big city, and I'll mine it all using TNT. I came to blow.